And welcome back to Harris Field, everybody. Starting a little late. We apologize for that. Sean and Aaron's here. I got your name right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's been so long since the first game. Caught him by surprise.
Are we on?
Yeah, I think we're on now. David Munoz battling. Here's Biola. And the Eagles taking on Mobile, Alabama, the Rams. Biola playing the visiting team, and Munoz pops a little shot into right field and leads off the ball game for the Eagles, bringing in a 41-18 record out of Loma Linda, California. They lost yesterday to Bellevue, 13-3, and Mobile had the unfortunate opportunity of facing the LC Warriors last night, losing 10-4, another loser-out game. Second game of the day, another beautiful afternoon. The crowd picking up, and we have more baseball for you.
Tons of it. We talked last game about the kind of sloppy defensive play we saw yesterday. University of Mobile, definitely a part of that in the LCSC game, committing 3 errors. Biola committed 2 errors in their loss to Bellevue.
Coming to bat now, Jay Kruger, the third baseman, batting second. The runner goes, quick shot, and a throw to second, and a close call at first base, or second base. The replay on that, I think, would show that the young man who took off, Munoz, took off and was there. And actually, the third baseman for Mobile waited a second to throw and then threw it anyway. And already the coach of Biola heading out. As you look at the replay, here it goes. Quick throw. He was in there by at least a half a step as that ball wasn't in there. So Biola doesn't get the call right off the bat. Coach John Voorheeman going out already to the second base umpire, Mark Henriksen, and asking him what he saw because it looked like to him he was out of there. He was in safe, so there's 1 out. 2 outs now. And John Rodenhorst will come to bat. Center fielder batting from the left side, so 2 quick outs right off the bat. Here's the pitch on the way to Rodenhorst.
That was all made possible. Third baseman Kevin Luker playing in on the grass. Ball was hit sharply. The runner Munoz took off with the pitch, but it was a bang-bang play at second.
Matt Milstead on the mound for Mobile. There's the pitch.
Nonetheless, 2 down.
2-0, 2 away now. So got an excitement going. Quite a few Biola fans here from California. And not very happy about the call. Here comes the 2-0 delivery on the way. It's strike 1, 2-1. Milstead, 8 wins, 6 losses, ERA just under 4 on the season, the big right-hander.
We truly have the men in blue. First game.
Yes, we do.
Umpires in red. Right now they're in blue.
Here's the 2-1 on the way to Rodenhorst. And that's outside 3-1. The men in blue behind the plate. Greg Reinhardt did some home plating yesterday. At first, Mark Hoosman. Mick Henderson, the one with the controversial call at second. At third base, John Floyd. 2 out, top of the first. Game just underway. And a ball 4 by Milstead. Walking the third batter, John Rodenhorst, the center fielder, number 28. And so with 2 outs, we have a runner on, and coming to bat the cleanup hitter, Ryan Beaver, number 11, the right fielder.
Number 11, the right fielder.
And he can tag the ball out of here. Far Biola. 18 home runs, leading the team, along with 67 RBIs, which is second. And as I was talking about, it did the Biola game yesterday. They have some pop in their bats. Small lead by Rodenhorst at first. Beaver steps in. Here comes Milstead with the pitch. And there's a drive to center field. That's going back, gone out of here. So Biola gets on the board right off the bat, and Ryan Beaver, who brought in 18 homers to this World Series, makes it number 19, had a couple of RBIs, and just like that, the Eagles out of California take a 2-0 lead in the second loser out game. Both teams losing yesterday. And there's the replay. You can see he got all of that pitch. Deep shot to right center field, no doubt about it. And another home run, and then just like that, it's 2-0.
It's a popular spot to hit it out there, just to the right of the big green extension there on the wall in center field.
Ben Orr comes to bat, and Ben Orr double duty in DNH. It sounds like DNA or something. DHing today, and he's also pitching, and he hits a drive, but it pops it up to right field. That one held up, but damage done right off the bat. A 2-out, 2-run homer by Ryan Beaver, and the Biola Eagles out of Loma Linda, California take the lead 2-0, and Mobile, Alabama, the Rams will come to bat in the bottom of the first, down 2 runs. You're watching the Avista 2001 NAIA College World Series. Back with more baseball after this.
The Avista NAIA World Series is sponsored by A&W All-American Food. Stop by A&W in the Lewiston Center Mall and enjoy an old-fashioned milkshake with any of our deluxe bigger burgers. A&W, where the food's as good as the root beer. Arby's invites you to try any of our new Market Fresh deli sandwiches, available in roast beef, roast turkey, roast ham, or delicious chicken Caesar. Stop by any of our 3 Valley locations, Lewiston, The Orchards, or Clarkston. Main Street Grill, you gotta taste our famous 1-pound chef, that's Eb Chef Burger, conveniently located downtown. Main Street Grill is open for breakfast at 7 a.m. Get into the NAIA spirit and join us in Main Street Grill for breakfast, lunch, or dinner surrounded by classic LCSC Warrior memorabilia. Taco Time offers the best of both worlds. Delicious Mexican food served fast and fresh. Taco Time is currently featuring our chicken BLT. Buy the combo meal and enter to win a trip to Universal Studios Hollywood. 2 Valley locations to serve you best.
Dan Hager, and I called him Aaron right at the beginning just to throw him off. See, I knew he's a professional.
You woke me up, though.
Woke you up.
Sorry
Well,
to snore.
After 9 innings in the last game, and you being asleep, you have to show up sometime. On the mound, 2-0 again, the Rams with a 2-out-2-run homer in the top of the first. On top, Ben Orr will come to the mound as well as bat. He's 9-1 on the year with a 4.04 ERA, so quite the multi-talented athlete because a great batter also.
Leads the team in innings pitched, 104 2/3. Listen to this strikeout to walk ratio. 80 strikeouts, 25 walks.
Well, that's real good. Leading
So,
off, Jeff White.
Hard-throwing left-hander, looks like.
First pitch, down the middle, strike 1. Jeff White, the second baseman, leading off. Carlos Gatio, the shortstop, number 2, and Joe Parker, the left fielder, batting third. That pitch inside, and Brush actually hits the batter.
Trying to establish the inside there, and Orr plunks White on the shoulder.
So the leadoff man on. Not a good way to like to start, Orr. But if you settle down and get the next batter, you'll be okay. So the first batter reaches for Mobile, Alabama, who lost last night to LC 10-4. And again, Biola down 13-3 by Bellevue out of Nebraska yesterday afternoon. So the winner of this ball game continues. The loser goes home with Ohio Dominican. Here's the pitch, squared up, throw over to first. Keep wanting to call them. See, they shouldn't have too many Dominican schools. Confuses old people like me. Batting in the right side, number 3, Carlos Gatio, the shortstop. Squared up to bunt. And does it again. Little bunt down to first base. He'll do a perfect one. The throw is out at first. The runner goes down to second. So Gatio does his job, advancing the runner, so 1 away. And Joe Parker,
That's a
quite the athlete.
well-placed bunt there by Carlos Gatio.
Parker comes to bat, leading his team in home runs. Not as much power to the fences for the Mobile team as Biola, but a lot of watching this game yesterday, a lot of good athletes on there. But their problem, again, was 5 or 6 errors. So 1 down. Parker gets the first pitch of Orr, and low ball 1.
The University of Mobile Rams, located obviously in Mobile, Alabama, the number 2 at-large team invited here. They were ranked number 18 in the final NAIA poll at the end of the year.
Orr's pitch to Parker, 1-0 away. That's way upstairs and out. Ball 2, 2-0 the count.
I think for them to be effective today, Sean, they're going to have to tighten up the D. They can't have a repeat of last night against LC. Well, we saw the result then.
Yes, they lost 10-4, and LC didn't play their best game either. So we have more to look forward to this evening when the Warriors take on Indiana Tech, which everybody expects to be a real close game. Parker steps back in. The count 2-0, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the first inning. 2-0 Biola on a home run in the top of the first. Quick throw back and almost blocked the runner off.
Close play there.
Jeff White again led off, getting hit.
That's a timing play on the move to second base. The catcher gives the pitcher the signal, and the shortstop sees it too.
You know, you noticed Munoz tried to get his foot down between the bag and the runner, keep him from tagging. Here's the 2-0. That's up and away, ball 3. So 3-0 on Parker now. And with
Ben.
the first base open, you probably won't see much coming down here right off the bat.
Ben Orr was a little bit like Tom Glavine there. Lefty, looks like he likes to work the outside part against the right-handers.
3-0 pitch. Here's on the way, and that's the ball through. Almost a ball. Strike one.
That was our automatic 3-0 strike.
3-1 count on the Mobile left fielder. The Rams again 45-11. That pitch is ball 4. So now runners at first and second. Nobody got a hit yet. And coming up now, the cleanup hitter, Jackie Blanchard. Again, not a lot of power come from the Rams, but Blanchard, I believe, has 8 home runs. 7 home runs, which is second on the team, along with Claudio, I believe, has 7 also.
Looks to me as a team, they're built more with speed. Got 107 stolen bases, don't rely much on the long ball. 316 team batting average.
Blanchard steps in, playing center field. 337 batting average. Runners at first and second, and 1 out here at the bottom of the first inning.
Scored 367 runs in 59 games, so
that's pretty good.
They can put some runs up
that
there.
That pitch down the middle, strike 1, so Orr finds home plate on the first pitch now to Blanchard. Again, just underway. 2-run homer with 2 outs in the top of the first by Ryan Beaver, connecting on his 19th home run of the season. Got Biola ahead in this ball game. And a fake throw back to first. Get the runner diving. Trying to keep him from advancing. Again, the game started with Jeff White of Mobile in here in the bottom of the first being hit by a pitch. Claudio sacrificed him to second. Parker then walked. Still only 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Blanchard steps back in. The count 0-1. The runners go, and he pops it up into right field. Should be a routine play. And for Philip Sermon, makes the catch. And there's 2 away now. Nobody advancing. Probably not what the coach would like. Mike Jacobs of Mobile trying to get a little bit deeper to right field. At least sacrifice the runner from second over to third to get him 90 feet away from the plate.
Then he scores on a wild pitch or pass ball.
So still runners at first and second. Stepping in now will be Sam Driver, the designated hitter, number 24. 316 batting average. Another senior. And here's the pitch. Outside corner, strike 1.
The teams we've seen so far, Mobile has a pretty heavy senior roster here.
Very
About
experienced
half the team, yeah.
They're the ones with the head that they rubbed you. I don't know if you saw that. We'll talk about that more a little bit later.
Yeah, let's do it.
0-1, 2 down, bottom of the first. 2-0 ball game. Biola up, and there's a ground ball to second. Handled easily. Throw out to first. No damage done. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 men left from a hit batter and a walk. But again, Ben Moore gets out of trouble. Here in the bottom of the first, we go to the top of the second. Biola leads it 2-0. You're watching the Avista 2001 NAIA College World Series. Back with more baseball after this.
The Avista NAIA World Series is sponsored by Tomato Brothers Casual Italian Dining. Bring the family in for the best Italian food in the Valley. Tomato Brothers, pizza, pasta, and seafood. There's something for everybody at Tomato Brothers, just over the bridge in Clarkston. Zany's featuring barbecue baby back ribs, delicious prime rib in our sizzling steak or chicken fajitas. Enjoy all the Hollywood history and remember you are the star at Zany's Hollywood Grill, 21st Street and 19th Avenue. Rose Hours open 24 hours on Thane in Lewiston, providing you the freshest produce and the best meat department. Restaurant open daily from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Waddell & Reed Financial Services, investing with a plan. 504 Main Street in Lewiston. Sprint PCS, the clear alternative to cellular. 1702 21st Street in Lewiston. Les Schwab, if we can't guarantee it, we won't sell it.
And welcome back to Harris Field. Sean Emery with you, and Dan Aaron. We go to the top of the second inning. Biola again got a 2-out, 2-run homer in the top half of the first, take the lead 2-0. And leading off will be Mark Wade, the left fielder. On the mound again, Matt Milstead, 8-6 on the year for Mobile, with an ERA just under 4 runs a ball game. Wade, a junior, 337 average. First pitch from Milstead. Outside ball 1.
And Biola, the second at-large team in the tournament. There are 2, along with the host, Louis Clark State College. They get the automatic bids.
That pitch low and inside, ball 2, 2-0 the count.
Biola ended the season ranked number 4 in the NAIA poll, the 45-11 record. But again, they lost 13-3 to Bellevue of Nebraska yesterday. So it's do or die.
2-0 pitch, catches the outside corner, boundary high, 2-1.
Win or go home.
Win or go home, the name of the game today. Here's the pitch. Hot shot down to third. It's going to be a foul. And the count evens up at 2-2.
If you make it out to the ballpark today, bring your umbrella, because there are a lot of them, or some sunscreen. No threat of rain for the umbrella, just a nice sunshade.
Preferably both, probably, if you don't really want to burn. Count 2-2 on Wade. Here comes the pitch from Milstead. That's low ball 3. And we go to a full count on the leadoff hitter in the top of the second.
It sure beats golfing.
Oh, yeah. Well, since I can't golf, 2-2, 3-2 pitch is down low, ball 4, so a leadoff walk for Matt Milstead of the Rams. So not a good way to start off another inning when you're down 2-0 already.
Second baseman number 10, Brian Jones.
Of course, I can hit a mean windmill in golf, you know. Requires a lot less walking.
You can get the flat stick going, huh?
You're darn right. And I just scoop the sand out of the way if I play. I don't even mess with those traps. Stepping up the plate now will be the second baseman, number 10, senior Brian Jones, 324. Runner at first from a walk. Here in the top of the second, nobody out. Ground ball off the pitcher's ankle. And everybody's going to be safe there. So for the second game in a row, we got a pitcher being abused by line drives, and we're going to have a short timeout as he kind of stretched it around. That even looked harder than the one that hit the pitcher in the previous game.
Yeah, well, Ben Alley took one off the kneecap, it looked like, but it wasn't quite as a direct hit as that one, boy.
There's a line drive, as you see, right off the bat of Jones. And no chance to get that. He almost got the glove down there, but just under it. And sharply off that ankle.
Hopper right off the front of your shin.
That's going to leave a mark.
Yes, it will.
So he's going to step back up on the mound, the coach out, and his teammates checking to see if he's okay.
Practice tosses here.
And the catcher, Nick Sims, going back there.
The ball hit off his left foot, and for a right-hander, that's your foot that you land on. And looks like it might be a little tender.
Yeah, it looks a little bit tender right now when he puts it down in front of him, but looks like he'll be okay. Tough kid. And at this time of the year, you know, it's the College World Series. You got to stay in there, and you got to be the guy to keep your team going.
Got a little extra adrenaline going. That'll make the pain go away right now.
So runners at first and second here in the top of the second inning for Biola Eagles. Nobody out. And coming to bat now will be Matt Cardamone. Cardamone, 362, a junior. Actually, they have him at first base on our schedule today, and they have him catcher on the board, so we'll see where he ends up. Sets in, number 51, batting from the right side. Here comes the pitch to Milstead. That pitch breaks in inside. Ball 1-0 the count.
A game like this, he probably doesn't care where he's playing as long as he's playing.
As long as I get to play. Put me in, coach. That sounds like a song. Put me in. Well, never mind. We won't sing.
Yeah, I think you're onto something.
Hey, runners in. Yeah, could be a hit. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. There's the pitch. Strike one.
Again, we'll be here all week for those of you listening.
Yes. Don't worry about calling our agent. We can't find him either. Counts 1-1. 2-0 ball game. Biola Eagles in the second of today's games. This is the second loser out. Against the University of Mobile, Alabama, the Rams. There's the pitch. There's a shot deep to left field. That's Kervin. That's Kervin. Is it fair or foul? It's out of here.
Foul
They're going
ball.
to call it a foul ball. That looked pretty close.
The foul poles here at Harris Field are unlike the ones in the major league parks that extend up probably 100 feet or so. The ones here might go an extra 20 feet above the fence, so it's an eyeball call for the umpire. We've got 2 umpires on the third base line and the first base line, so they didn't seem to get together and have a conference, so it must have been pretty obvious. Our angle's a little bit off here.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and you can tell Biola has a ton of fans here, and they're all parked right in front of us in the front of the press box in the bleachers because they were excited. And then you heard the collective, oh, there's a foul off to the left side. Count stays 1 and 2. It sounded like it was choreographed. Oh. We're in the top of the second. Still nobody out. Matt Cardamone at the plate.
Little shorter trip from La Mirada, California. A little easier for a few more fans to get here, I imagine, than Mobile, Alabama.
Although the team, apparently, one of the shortest, took the longest to get here.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't either. They must thought they were on vacation. 1-2. There's a line shot off the glove of the shortstop of Mobile, and a run's going to come in. And a throw down to third, bounces off the runner. So runners at the corner, still nobody out. And Biola's contingency of fans quite happy, up 3-0 now here in the top of the second inning. And still more damage to be done. Good hit. And a hot shot off the shortstop from Mobile.
Unlike the first game, Sean, where we saw a lot of seeing eye singles, if you will, we're seeing some rockets off the Biola bats here.
Carlos Caudio tried to come up with it, but a wicked shot, couldn't hit it.
Yeah, that easily goes down as a hit, diving into the hole on his backhand side, and that was just a rocket. So.
Well, we know who the catcher now is. Eric Slater's catching, number 33. He'll bat for the right side. 3:08 on the year, a junior. And with runners at the corners, a 3-0 ball game. We still have no outs. Matt Wilstad in deep trouble. Again, a high ERA over the season with an 8.6 mark. So not a surprise that there's going to be runs scored, but they're going to have to do the same in their half of the inning. There's a shot in the middle to center field. It's caught, tag up, the runner will come in. And it's now 4-0 for the Biola Eagles. A good drive to center field by Slater. Jackie Blanchard came up with it, but there would be no chance to get the runner at third.
Smart play by Blanchard there. There's really no chance to get the runner at home on tag from there. So throw it into second base, hold the runner at first base, and you still have double play opportunity to get yourself out of the inning.
And the leadoff hitter coming to bat in the top of the second for the second time, and that will be David Munoz. Munoz, the shortstop, 374. He's a junior. A lot of these players for Biola could be back here next year. He'll step in. Now it's a runner at first. 1 away. 4-0. Eagles here in the top of the second inning. Toss over to first by Wilstad. Nothing doing there. Not that big a lead for Slater. Don't want his, first time I've gotten to see him, don't know what his speed is. But looked like he has some there. He got back really quick. There's a shot off the third baseline. That's fouled by David Munoz.
Well, these guys get up there and they take their hacks. They're not swinging easy. They're letting it all out.
Well, I like those kind of players. Let's
Yeah.
just get up there and swing.
Get your hacks in at
Yeah,
least.
of course, that's what I used to do. I was scared of getting hit, so, you know.
It was a defensive swing.
That was a defensive
Okay.
swing. We don't care if we strike out. I just don't want to get brain damage. Here's the pitch. Uh-oh, slow breaking pitch. Didn't make it over, and the count evens up at 1-1.
Elstead came over the top there.
Again, 4-0, top of the second, game 2 of the day here at the 2001 NAIA College World Series. There's the pitch. Ground ball's foul off the third base side again. And a count stays at 1-2. Again, the Sean and Dan show. This is game 2. The first one ended up quite exciting after a 9-run lead by Warner Southern. They, for the second game in a row, apparently didn't like leads and almost blew the game previous.
Turned it into a nail-biter.
Ohio Dominican. Pitch on the way, and there's a foul off to the right side. Nobody close to it. Stays 1-2. Down to Warner Southern fell behind 4-1. Took a 9-run lead, 14-5, and ended up having runners at first and second. Their home run hitter at the plate with 2 outs, but he couldn't get the job done the third time around.
Grounded weakly to the third baseman for the final out.
15-13 the final there, and we're here in the top of the second. Munoz steps in, the count 1-2. There's the pitch. He's shot down to third. Bobbles the ball. He's going to have to hurry the throw to first in time.
Nice.
But the runner will advance to second. Wouldn't have got him anyway on a clean play because Cardamone was, or not Cardamone, but Brian Jones was already taken off to second.
Nice play by third baseman Kevin Luker to stay with the ball there, knocked it down. Actually, I think with his bare hand. Knew he had time to throw the ball, picked it up, set up, made a strong throw over there.
Now batting will be the third baseman, the senior, Jay Kruger, .320 batting average. First pitch on the way from Wilstad is a ball, 1-0 the count.
Matt Milstead on the year 8-6, like Sean said, 92 2/3 innings. Been in a lot of games. Win-loss record probably not indicative of
That
how
pitch
well he's
inside.
done.
1-1 the count now. It's a little bit close.
Could a decent ERA, could strike out to walk ratio.
Kruger steps back in. There's a runner at second. That is Jones. Here's the 2-0 on the way. And a shot into left field. Could be trouble. And a shortstop comes up with that. A good play by Carlos Carrillo as he had to go out and catch it over his shoulder. But a couple more runs across the plate for the Biola Eagles. They now lead it 4-0. We go to the bottom of the second. University of Mobile Rams come to bat. You are watching the Avista 2001 NAIA College World Series. Back with more baseball right after this.
Tomorrow will be Kids Day here at Harris Field from 1 to 2:30 in the afternoon. That's 12 and under. So good time for all you youngsters.
And welcome back to Harris Field. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Mobile Rams come to bat. First pitch from Ben Orr is a ball low to Nick Sims, the catcher, number 31. .326 average on the season, a junior. His first at bat here in the bottom of the second. University of Mobile already digging themselves a hole in this game, down 4-0. And Biola, who did not score a lot of runs yesterday, coming up with the runs now. They lost by 10 to Bellevue. But there's a shot in the right. It's a high fly ball. Won't be any trouble unless somebody loses it in the sun. Caught just short of the warning track by John Rowenhorst, the center field.
It's not going to get any easier as the day goes on for Mobile against the left-hander Ben Orr. You could probably call him the ace of the Biola staff. They have two pitchers, he along with Chad Eakin. Ben Orr, 9-1. 104 2/3 innings pitched. It's, like I said, not going to get any easier for Mobile here as the game goes on.
Okay, Orr's got one out here in the bottom of the second. Stepping to the plate, Kevin Luker, third baseman. That pitch outside, ball one. Get plenty of time if you're getting yourself together to come down here and watch some good baseball. Just underway in game two. Two more to go today. That pitch, good fastball. That looked like, I didn't even see that one. I just heard the pop of the catcher's mitts. It was good speed on his pitches, but a little bit high. The count goes to 2-0 for Orr. Luker steps in. That pitch up 3-0, and maybe Orr now trying to intimidate just a little bit or throw too hard and overthrowing a little bit. Has three straight pitches now out of the strike zone. 3-0 on the way. That one's down there, and there you go, that 3-0 strike.
We could have called that. We could have just put it on the board.
Yeah. 3-1 now. 3-1 to count.
Mobile's got to get it started somewhere, so they'll gladly take a walk.
Fouled off to the right side, out of play in the parking lot, and the count goes full. One out in the bottom of the second. Again, I said Mobile, one of the players brought this mannequin head they have the entire season. It's all painted up, look like a human being with a mustache, the bird, and the beard and everything. And they rub its head before they go out to bat. And struck him out, Ben Orr. Coming in with that.
Crossed
A
him up,
replay on
yeah.
that would look good. That pitch came in, and I think he was expecting something else because he just got caught looking and a strikeout. And that's 2 away now in the bottom of the second inning. So Ben Orr not wasting any time. Coming to bat now, Chris Brazel, the first baseman, number 13, steps in.
That looks to be Orr's
Just had been inside.
sequence. Start him off outside, run him away there.
I believe Mr. Orr is the one that saves the barber money, as he has the shaved head on the team. 1-0 count. Here comes the pitch from Orr. And a ground ball, little chop off the mound. Orr can't handle it. And we slip and slide. That wasn't the smartest move right there. They should have just handled it. Orr tried to pick it up and go with an off-balance sidearm throw, and that could get yourself into trouble. A little chance of getting that. It bounced under him, and the third baseman
That's
for Biola
yeah.
just kind of slipped and slid
Watching it from here, this should have probably been the third baseman's ball, but your instinct as a player in the field, if it's coming anywhere close to you, you're after it, trying to get it, or knocked it down, bobbled it.
Philip Sermon coming to the bat. 294, senior, runner at first now. 2 down, first hit of the ball game for Mobile. 4-0, Biola jumping on the Rams for 2 runs in each of the first 2 innings. Ben Orr looking at the runner, gets a sign from his catcher. The pitch on the way, and that's check swing, ball 2.
Or has a
1-1.
Or has a good move over there to first base. He's keeping the runners real honest. Kind of a little hesitation, a little hitch in his kick there.
Orr comes to the plate, the 1-1. That's inside, ball 2, 2-1.
Uses a slide step every now and then, I think. And
well, the quicker he gets it over as it heats up, the quicker he gets to the dugout and rest up.
that's for sure.
And there's a ground ball to second base. Quick toss to short. Tag at second on the force out, and that's the inning. Well, they get 1 out, or 1 infield single with 2 outs, Mobile does, but nothing comes of it. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. The Biola Eagles come to bat, still leading the University of Mobile 4-0. You're watching the Avista NAIA 2001 College World Series. We'll be back right after this.
A&W, where the food's as good as the root beer. Arby's invites you to try any of our new Market Fresh Deli sandwiches, available in roast beef, roast turkey, roast ham, or delicious chicken Caesar. Stop by any of our 3 Valley locations, Lewiston, The Orchards, or Clarkston. Main Street Grill, you gotta taste our famous 1-pound chef, that's Ed Chef Burger, conveniently located downtown. Main Street Grill is open for breakfast at 7 a.m. Get into the NAIA spirit and join us at Main Street Grill for breakfast, lunch, or dinner surrounded by classic LCSC Warrior memorabilia. Taco Time offers the best of both worlds. Delicious Mexican food served fast and fresh. Taco Time is currently featuring our chicken BLT. Buy the combo meal and enter to win a trip to Universal Studios Hollywood. 2 Valley locations to serve you best.
Back to Harris Field. Sean Emery and Dan Ahern up at the up in the booth. I just messed up your name again, didn't I? We're up here.
You're doing okay.
Oh, good.
I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure you will. Leading off the top of the 3rd inning, it's Rowan Horse, the center fielder, .313 average. Pitch from Milstad.
Playing center
Makes
field.
it 2-0.
Playing center field today, but he also seen some action on the mound. He's a left-hander.
Here's the 2-0 delivery on the way upstairs, and outside ball 3.
6'1" senior out of Anaheim. So I wonder if he's been to Disneyland.
I don't know. You want to go down and ask him? We can do it for an interview.
That'd be great.
Hey, yes. 3-0 pitch on the way. Strike 1.
Taking all the way was Jonathan Rowenhorst. Hey, that sounded all right.
Yes, it did. You finally got one right. That
Yeah,
3-1
finally.
pitch is on Milstead on the way. That one's low on the outside corner. Then a walk to lead off the top of the third inning. Biola again starting off another inning with nobody out and a runner at first. And they're already up 4-0. So Matt Milstead can't afford to get into much trouble. Can't be giving up any more runs without some backup from your own offense, or it's going to be a long, long afternoon. Stepping up to bat now, Ryan Beaver. And we know what he did.
Yes, we do. And
4-0.
you mentioned Milstead can't afford to get into too much trouble here. The Mobile pitching staff pretty thin, and even more so after last night's game. They went through a couple pitchers there.
First pitch by Beaver looked like he was looking for the fences again and tried to swing up. Fouls that back on the left side to the backstop. Strike one, 0-1 the count. Steps back in, again at first base. Leading off with a walk in this game is Rodenhorst. Beaver steps back in. They call a timeout.
Beaver's a prototypical right fielder build, 6'3", 210. He's a big-sized guy. Got the power. That's a power position, right field, third base also.
Rodenhorst leads off at first. Quick throw back. Not in time.
Got a couple rows of scouts sitting down there behind the backstop. I'm sure they're taking a good look at this guy.
No balls in it. Oh, I thought they were here for us.
Really? Talent scouts. Oh, yeah.
Talent scouts, of course,
yeah,
yeah.
sure. Sure.
I'm sure Bob the cameraman's in the booth called them for us. You know, say, hey, we got some talent here. He'll probably be the one to get the job. 0-1 now on Ryan Beaver here in the top of the third. Runner at first. There's the pitch. Low ball one. 1-1 the count. Biola already 4 runs off of 4 hits.
Beautiful day here in the LC Valley on the campus of Lewis Clark State College. Every year this place just gets better.
On deck will be Ben Orr, the pitcher. Here's the pitch, and that's bounces, and the runner taken off. Rodenhorst already there. Catcher a little late on that throw, but have just got away with it from him only about 10 or 12 feet. But good eyes by Rodenhorst and good aggressive running as he takes off and makes it down to second. So a pass ball, and Beaver now steps in with a 2-1 count. Runner at second.
These two teams
nobody
are
out.
pretty much mirror opposites in that department. Biola, not much speed on the base pass. Hard, few stolen bases, a lot of home runs, and Mobile, just the opposite. Over 100 stolen bases, about 30 home runs. So
3-1 pitch now as Beaver takes another one inside. Milstead, shaky start. Down 4-0 with a runner at second. 3-1 count on the leading home run hitter for Biola, who's already got a shot in this game. 3-1 on the way. That's inside ball 4. So the Eagle fans happy as there's now runners at first and second.
the hole gets deeper.
Coming up to bat now, the pitcher, Ben Orr, who definitely would like to given up just one hit a batter and walked one, but has a couple strikeouts, and it wouldn't be nothing better than step in there, has some pop to the bat, and rip one out of here also, and put even a bigger dent in opportunities for the University of Mobile to continue on through this 2001 College World Series.
And Coach Mike Jacobs not wasting any time, going right to the bullpen there.
Well,
Realizes the importance of the game. Like we said, lose and go home,
Well, unlike the other game where we saw pitchers, the winning pitcher, give up 13 runs.
Yeah.
He stayed in almost the entire way.
Yeah.
And the other pitcher for the team we did earlier was at Ohio Dominican, was in quite some time also.
Tim Dooley, the freshman from Ohio Dominican, he was allowed to struggle through a couple rough innings, as was Ben Alley.
Well, new pitcher coming in, Trevor Powell, right-hander, stands 6'4". Seniors, 220, big young man out of Bay, you pronounce that one?
Bay Minetti, Alabama, I'm going to say.
Good. Hey, you're a Cajun young man. But we have nobody out, and runners at first and second. And Powell warming up.
In to face the lefty, Ben Orr, who's seeing double duty, like Sean said, and it's kind of unusual these days when the DH is available to have the pitcher hit for himself.
Well, it's one of those things, so many people don't like the DH in the majors or any level takes a lot of the coaching away, as some of the National League coaches say. But on the other hand, you have players that are still giving to their teams on the good side, like a perfect example, Edgar Martinez, who's getting up there, 38, 39 years old, that has never been a tremendous fielder, but he can hit the ball. And if he was in the National League or there wasn't a DH, he probably wouldn't be playing very much.
Yeah, a lot of people say one of the best right-handed hitter in the game, pure hitter, and yeah, without the DH rule, he'd probably be done.
Well, Powell brings in a 4-1 mark again with a high ERA. And he's going to have to quickly get things under control. Ben Orr will climb back in there now.
Both Ben Orr and Jonathan Rowanhorse pull double duty. They play position in the field as well as pitch, so I assume when Rowanhorse is pitching, he hits for himself as well.
Okay, Powell's first pitch of his ball game is outside ball one. Again, we have runners at first and second. There's nobody out, and it's already a 4-0 game. We're in the top of the third, and Biola looking to add more runs here in the third inning. Powell, Orr steps back in. Powell checks the signs. Here comes the 1-0. On the way. Orr checked his swing. Looked like he wanted it, but a good eye. Probably helps from being a pitcher. Very good eye. That one was kind of a juicy pitch straight down there, but just a tad bit above the letters, and he let it go by for ball two. Here's Powell's pitch to Orr. That one doesn't break like he wanted it to. And now we go to 3-0, so not a good start for the new pitcher, Powell.
Not at all. Like I said, the hole keeps getting deeper here. No outs. On the verge of loading the bases.
Of course, then again, we had a team with a 9-run lead last inning. There's the 3-0, and
automatic.
My! As announcers, we're supposed to be non-biased, but that was a terrible call. Greg Guy Reinhardt behind
You heard
the
it here
plate.
first.
That thing was about 1.5 feet outside, but a strike, apparently a touch somewhere. 3-1 pitch on the way, and going to check the runner back to second base.
I think Powell's even chuckling about that one.
Well, he'd have to be, because that definitely was ball four. But Orr will come back in with a 3-1. Here comes the pitch again. Orr swings, hits a little shot to first base. They go to second for the force out, and they're safe. And University of Mobile and the second base umpire are not having a good time here together. The shortstop for the University of Mobile, Carlos Carrillo, turned around, kind of stomped his feet a little bit and stared at the umpire. But that looked like a pretty close call there compared to the last one when they called the runner out and he was safe.
Yeah, that
Possibly should have went to go ahead and go that close of a play. Go ahead and get a sure out.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say, Sean.
Because now you have the runners at first and second. It's still 4-0, and there's nobody out. Mark Wade, or bases loaded. Mark Wade up to bat, takes a strike. Yep. So instead of having one out, runners at second and third, and possibly an intentional walk, and then go for a double play, you're in a lot of trouble now. Wade steps in, 337, batting from the right side. Powell comes up, there's the throw, and there's a shot up the middle. Going to be played off the chest and bounced and bobbled out in the outfield. Here comes a couple of runs, scoring. And good hustle by Mark Wade, who turned in what should have been an out, possible double play into a couple of RBIs. And just like that, it's 6-0. And Biola, the Eagles, quickly putting this away. And a couple bobbled balls now out there. And a couple of close calls not going University of Mobile's way. And they're quickly in the hole 6-0. The worst part of it is they are no outs.
Repeat of last night there. The defense had a makeable double play, I think.
Brian Jones steps in now, runners at second and third. He gets a fly ball to center field. And waiting for the runner to tag, and here he comes. Here comes the throw in. And they got it dead and all played. A heck of a throw by the University of Mobile center field. Blanchard put it on one hop to the catcher. And so they keep one run from coming in. Double play there, so quickly 2 outs and a runner still in second. Matt Cardamo comes to bat here in the top of the third now in a 6-0 ball game, but a couple of runs have come across that are unearned.
Well done by the center fielder there.
Yes.
That
Powell can't be faulted for the last two. That should have been a double play. At least one should have come across, maybe, but not two. That first pitch to Cardamone is a ball, 1-0.
Cardamone singled last time up.
Here's the pitch. Outside ball two. This is game 2 of your Saturday.
Did we decide if he's playing first base? He is.
He's playing first base.
Because Eric Slater's catching.
Yeah, Eric Slater's catching. They won't let two guys catch at the same time. Something about the rule book. Cardamone steps in. I don't know. I didn't read it. There's the pitch. Down the middle, strike one.
It doesn't have pictures, so I'm lost.
2-1. Unless they got it in big Mickey Mouse ears picture, I'm in trouble. Cardamone will step back in. The junior hitting .362 with a runner at second. Like to pick up that next run. Swing and a miss. Took something off the fastball. Quick throw down to second. And they got the runner caught off. And chasing him back and forth. And I believe they have him, and yes, they do. A quick tag, so not the smartest play, and I'm sure if there's going to be any fault that Coach John Orr even would do for the players out there is getting caught off like that. 6-0. 2 more runs across for the Eagles. An error led to 2 unearned runs here in the top of the third. So
play like
comes
that
to bat.
Makes you think there was a hit and run on or something. Hung the runner up there.
You're listening to and watching the Avista 2001 NAIA College World Series. Back with more baseball after this. And welcome back to Harris Field. Carlos Claudio leading it off for the University of Mobile here in the bottom of the third inning. And probably time for the Rams to start trying to get something together. Strike one for Ben Orr, as he hasn't had to work too hard yet. That pitch almost breaks over. And
he spent more time out there on the base paths.
Yes, 1-1 to count, of course, the Biola fans. And about 50 of them. All apparently have been to umpire school. 1-1 pitch, ground ball, right back to Orr. Throw over to first in time. So one quick out here in the bottom of the third inning. And the bats for the University of Mobile, as you said, they better get going.
Yeah.
They're in a lot of trouble.
Through 2 1/3 here, Brian Orr's been a one-man wrecking crew.
Stepping in right now with 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. Actually, that will be Claudio. We had the wrong one up here. This Jeff White bounced out to first base. This is Claudio now. There's the windup. There's the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike one to Claudio. Ben Orr, good straight pitch, has been around the plate for the most part so far here in the first 2 1/3 innings. 6 runs off of 6 hits. An error led to a couple unearned ones for Biola. But they're up on top. Or there's a pop foul out over the backstop and out to the parking lot. Count goes to 1-2. Again, 1 hit. And that wasn't really a hard hit, just something that Orr could get a hold of.
It was off his glove.
And the bottom of the second. And there's a swing and a miss. Took something off the fastball. Slater drops but gets down to first. And there's 2 quick outs in the bottom of the third inning.
If the Mobile batters can work a walk out of Ben Orr, they'll have accomplished something. Only 25 walks on the season.
And coming up now, the harnessed hitter, the most power, and one of the better athletes on the team, left fielder Joe Parker steps in now. The senior hitting .342 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Pitch on away, and there's a drive deep to right center field. That's going back, and that is off the wall. Hit the dirt, bounces off the wall, but an excellent play by, I believe, the right fielder out there.
That's the first hard hit ball off of Ben Orr today. Like we said, there hasn't even been any real foul balls that have been stung by the
Brian Beaver
Mobile
made a good play
Rams.
on it. Parker, excellent speed, so Beaver getting the slide on the warning track out there, getting the ball back in. Gets it in time, holding Parker to just a double.
You're right, Parker.
Blanchard steps in. .337 batting average, the senior. 2-out double by Parker.
Parker leads the team in stolen bases, 32 on the year.
But in this position right now, down 6-0, you really send the guy.
Nope.
You don't want to make the final out at third base. Blanchard stepping in. Here comes the pitch from Orr and brushes the kneecaps back. That one just a tad bit inside, ball 1.
Jackie Blanchard listed in here as well as a right-handed pitcher, although he's playing center field today.
Blanchard steps back in, the 1-0, down a little low, ball 2.
6'3" senior from Cutoff, Louisiana. They got some different names down there.
Only in Louisiana.
Daphne, Bay Minetti, Satsuma.
Stepping in. That's French area.
That's true.
2-0 pitch. On the way up. Nope, he's going to turn around and move Parker back to second, Orr is. Doesn't want him to get too big of a jump. Parker with excellent speed, as we've said before. Probably the best athlete on the team. The 2-0 count coming up in the bottom of the third inning. Comes to Blanchard. Orr checks the runner. Here's the pitch. There's a line shot over the head of the shortstop coming around Parker. He'll come in and score easy. And Blanchard comes up with a 2-out RBI single. So in the bottom of the third, University of Mobile Rams come up with a run and now down 6-1 in this ball game. Double elimination tournament in this College World Series. Both of these teams lost their opening games. The Rams to LC 10-4. And Biola could not get runs across yesterday against Bellevue, losing 13-3.
Well, that's 2 consecutive balls have been hit real hard by the Mobile batters. Maybe someone's ready to solve Ben Orr's pitch sequence or something. I don't know, they seem to be on those last 2.
Designated hitter Sam Driver, number 24, steps in. And you can throw hard, but if you don't have movement, as they say, unless you're throwing 100 miles an hour in college, they'll be able to hit the ball. Quick throw to first. Try to get the tag on Blanchard. Just missed him. Runner safe.
Orr has enough velocity. These guys from Mobile don't have to swing hard. They're going to connect on a couple, give the ball a good line drive.
Another throw to first. Moving Blanchard back. .316 batting average for Driver. Another senior for the team.
Orr is well aware of the team speed that Mobile has.
Nick Sims, the catcher, on deck. Orr checking the runner. Here comes the throw. That pitch down low. Ball 1-1. So Orr quickly for Biola, the Eagles. He needs to get this out now and get out without any more damage. Keep that confidence up going in the top of the fourth. 6-1 game. Here comes the pitch. That way outside, 2-1. Because if the top of the fourth goes anything like the previous 3 innings for Biola, we will see how many runs?
2.
Yeah, here you go.
2s are wild.
You got a college education, I bet. Here comes the 2-1 pitch on the way. Way outside, 3-1. Quick snap throw down to first. Almost. You know, that was kind of lackadaisical by Blanchard there. Didn't think they were going to throw, and he kind of just took his time, and any closer, he would have been out. Okay, the count 3-1 to Driver. Here's the pitch from Orr. That one, no.
Looked all right from up
here. They call
here.
it a strike. Not sure what the umpire. 3, that goes.
Oh,
they call it a balk.
Oh. We've been seeing a lot of balks here.
Well, apparently a balk.
We had one the last
Whatever
game.
the word is.
A couple yesterday.
3 balls, 1 strike. Not sure what the balk was by Orr, but the runner's down at second. Still 2 down. 6-1 game. And we'll bring the 3-1 pitch on the way to driver from Orr.
The hitter's pitch right here.
There's Orr's pitch. That pitch misses. And he'll walk the batter. So runners at first and second. He's only given up a couple hits, but he's hit a batter, now walked 2. He struck out a couple.
Catcher Nick Sims take his shot up here at Ben Orr.
So quickly, here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Biola pitcher Ben Orr could get himself into trouble. His team's built him up a 6-0 lead, but trying his darndest to give some of those runs back. A balk and a walk.
You're a poet and didn't even know
Yeah,
it.
Sounds like a new meal at Arby's, one of our sponsors for the live gaze at Channel 13. You know.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's I can't even comment on that.
That's why I say it. Don't do this at home, folks. 1-0 count on Sims. Orr checking the runner at second. Here comes the pitch. Up high, ball 2. So all of a sudden Orr now can't find the plate. And without any more waiting, walking out to the mound is the Biola coach, John Verhaven. Not going to let this get any more out of hand. Again, like to remind you, all the games up until the championship game will be live in color right here at Channel 13. The PEG channel, cable access, whichever one you want to call it, and the championship game, no matter who is in the game, whether it's LC or somebody else, will be broadcast live by KEW Channel 3. And that's tentatively set, depending on how the games
I
go.
believe that's also cable channel 8 too.
Okay.
So, but
Okay,
yeah,
that's good for you.
it is.
Okay. And that game should be Friday, what I was trying to say, at a tentatively 7 o'clock.
That's
Got
when
2
there'll
more
only
games
be
to go today.
there'll only be 2 teams left, right?
Yeah, that's usually what it means when you come to a championship game.
I'm a little slow on
Yeah,
things
well,
like
you know,
that.
That's why you're here to be educated.
Reading tournament brackets and so forth.
Nick Sims steps in, the junior, 326. Orr in a tad bit of trouble, having trouble here in the bottom of the 3rd. 2-0 pitch, runners at first and second. Steps off the mound, keep the runner at second back a little closer. And 2 outs. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and 2 in the 3rd for the Eagles. Trying to hold the Rams down. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball right back to the mound. Orr over to first, and there we go. So even though there was a little damage done and a couple more runners got on, Ben Orr gets out of trouble, makes a good pitch, makes his second assist of the inning, and just 1 run off a couple of hits in the bottom of the 3rd for the University of Mobile. The Rams down 6-1. The Eagles come to bat in the top of the 4th. You're watching the Avista 2001 NAIA College World Series. Back with more after this.
The Lewiston Morning
And welcome back to Harris Field. Matt Cardamone leading off.
It's
the
good to
top
be
of the
back.
4th. Yes, it's good to be back. It seems like we were gone for what?
30
minutes.
seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, was it that long?
Yeah, a long time. Matt Cardamone stepping in.
You remember last inning, Cardamone left standing in the box when the runner was hung out to dry there between second and third in the run down.
Do you absolutely know what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
But he was up last
He was
inning.
up there.
And he's up
Cardamone.
again.
Yes, 362 batting average. Powell's pitch on the way. And strike. 2-1 to count now. 6-1 ball game. Biola Eagles over the University of Mobile Rams in the second of the loser out games of this Saturday. That pitch upstairs, about shoulder high inside. That ball 3-1. So Powell starting off the inning. And again, as we say, pitchers on Mobile's side are not helping themselves by getting way behind the batters. 3-1 delivery, down low, ball 4. So a leadoff walk for the Eagles, already up 6-1, and they have not been shut down 1, 2, 3 yet in any of the previous 3 or this one now. And they've scored 2 runs in each inning.
As we get on here in the later part of the afternoon, it's only going to get hotter. The pitcher's only going to get tired quicker. So, like we said, Mobile's kind of thin on the pitching staff.
Eric Slater stepping in now, the catcher, number 33.
Eric Slater.
They only
And
have
there's the pitch.
5 or 6 pitchers that have seen an extensive amount of action. Everybody else just kind of had spot duty throughout the year. So,
Pitch is low, ball 1. Runner at first again. Nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning. 6-1. Eagles over the Rams.
I look for Biola to throw up a 2 spot here. What do you think?
Well, that might be consistent with what they've done in the first 3. 1-0 pitch on the way, and there's a shot off the right side. Foul territory. And the count goes to 1-1. Bounces back on the field. Quick run. I think that should count, don't you?
I think that bounced off
Extreme
the.
baseball.
I think it bounced off the production bus, didn't it?
Yeah, don't tell Dave that. They'll be wanting donations to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And the count 1-1. Eric Slater steps back in as Powell eyes the catcher. Here's the pitch on the way. Cardamone takes off and won't have to worry about that one. He got hit. Didn't that look like he got hit on the arm there?
Either it looked like he got hit or it hit off the handle of the bat underneath his hand. But that would have been a foul ball.
That'd be a foul ball, and the runner would have to go back to first. So we're not sure what happened there either way.
Must
The
have
runner's down at second.
glanced off the catcher's glove, maybe.
And
Pass ball, I'd have to say.
Mobile coach is not out complaining, so it must have been off the glove of the catcher, like you said. So we have a runner at second, 2-1 count on Eric Slater, and nobody out on the top of the 4th inning. As the
Slater.
Biola Eagles trying to add to their lead.
Slater has 10 home runs on the season, 35 RBIs. So
Reached for that one just a tad bit. That one was up about the eyeballs and a foot outside, and he was trying to get it down the right field line.
tried to
A good
tomahawk
idea.
it on out of here.
Strike 2. The count evens up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now on Eric Slater. Runner at second is Cardamone.
6'2", 200-pound junior out of Long Beach, California.
Pitch on the way, and there's a shot into left center field. Routine, it's going to hang up. And the center fielder
Jackie Blanchard
for
hauls
the
it in.
Rams gets it. But the runner tags up. Cardamone goes in standing up to third. Pretty good throw by Blanchard. Couple hops from center field. But the runner advances, so 90 feet away is another possible run across the plate for Biola. And stepping to bat now will be the leadoff hitter, David Munoz.
Number 2, David Munoz. Shortstop, Munoz.
Munoz will step in. The shortstop is a junior. Good little shortstop. Played some good ball yesterday, even though it didn't show up on any box scores in his team's 13-3 loss.
He singled in the first and grounded out to second base in the second.
First pitch under the hands from Powell, ball 1. Second game of the day. This is a second loser's bracket game. And then we'll move to the winner's bracket, of course, for the next 2. And expecting a couple of tremendous baseball games is Birmingham Southern and Bellevue. Or I believe, no, Birmingham Southern has till Monday off. And it will be Dallas Baptist taking on Bellevue, and Indiana Tech against LC this evening. There's the pitch. That hits the dirt.
Sent home
Runner
earlier
holds.
today in the first game, Ohio Dominican.
Munoz, 374. The count 3-0 now with one out here in the top of the fourth.
A short stay here in the Lewis Clark Valley.
But
Although
every
one
of
they'll probably never forget. You know, a lot of those kids,
There's the
first
pitch.
time here.
And he goes with the 3-0, given the green light, rips a hard base hit into left center. Another run across. And it's now 7-1. Biola over the University of Mobile.
Well, that was just a shot. A frozen
Stepping into
rope,
that now. Yep,
a seed,
exactly.
a pea, whatever you want to call it.
There's the rip right there. Perfect
turned on
form. And turned it right out of the reach of the shortstop. And drives in another run against 7-1. Munoz at first, still only one out. Top of the fourth, stepping into bat now will be Jake Kruger, the third baseman. Quick throw over to first by Powell. Not a real quick move for the right-hander. Again, the game following this one. If you want to come down and watch one, it's going to be good. Dallas Baptist, a possibility at giving LC a run for the title against Bellevue. Looked really good yesterday. Good pitching,
Yes.
good defense, good offense.
Yes, they did.
All the key ingredients to win a World Series.
Well, to
And
beat a
then Indiana
Biola
Tech.
team 13-3,
There's
they,
a pitch. Fouled off, out of play over the right side. Oh, my. Somebody should have brought a glove over there. And that's got strike one. A lot of swinging late on certain pitches there.
yeah.
Powell checks the catcher. Here comes the pitch. 0-1. Foul down the right side now. Getting a
Another
little bit closer to fair territory, but it's strike two. Jake
Right.
Kruger, the third baseman.
Bring it on around there.
Foul with the ball back, checking the runner Munoz, who led off with a ripping base hit. He stepped up there. Drove in a run. And here comes the pitch. That's upstairs, 1-2.
Munoz drove in Cardamone, who drew the walk. We've been talking about that pretty much all day yesterday and today. Walks just kill the pitcher.
One error so far also on the Rams. Pitch, low, ball, almost get away from the catcher, but he holds on. And the count goes to 2-2 now. So Powell had Kruger 0-2. Now he's working it back to a 2-2 count. Get one out in the top of the fourth inning. 7-1, Biola. There's the pitch. Runner goes. Down, throw is down. Short hop, gets out in the outfield. And here goes Munoz taking off for third. And it won't even be a play in. As good hustle and aggressive play by the Biola Eagles. And what should have been possibly a tag out on an attempted stolen base. Runner ends up over third as the ball gets passed into the outfield, and not great hustle by the center fielder. He didn't come up real hard on that one and let it go. There he goes. They come up. That pitch hits right off the edge of the grass there. Takes a bad hop.
Just short hop the second baseman.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shortstop was late getting over to back it up.
Good aggressive running by Munoz, though. Now he's sitting at third with one out. 3-2. Pitch. That's a ground ball. Past the pulled in first baseman. And another run in, and it's now 2 runs in the inning. And it's 8-1. Biola Eagles over the University of Mobile Rams. Chris Brazel, the first baseman, was pulled in with that one out and a runner at third. And much again, like many times we have seen before in a lot of games, you get pulled in, they sneak that ball by you. There's not much you can do.
Not that sharply hit, but when the first baseman's 10 feet closer than normal, looks like it's going a little faster than it was.
Center fielder John Rowenhorst coming up to bat now. He bats from the left side. Third time up for him. .313 batting average. Again, it's 8-1.
Been on
Wow.
base twice today via the walk. Scored both times. So tell me walks don't hurt you.
Walks don't hurt you. You want
Nice
me to
try.
say that? Jake Kruger at first base. You asked me to say it. Rowenhorst steps back in. Again, 2 runs in the top of the fourth, so if we're consistent as the previous 3, this will be it for this inning.
Double play right here.
Yeah. That pitch inside.
Or not.
Count go to 2-0. Well, we can call for a double play, but, you know, since it's a lot of Biola fans sitting in front of us, we don't want to say it too loud.
That's true.
8-1 ball game. Again, second game of the day. First game, Ohio Dominicans sent packing
got underway pretty close to right on time this
by Warner
game
Southern.
2 here, didn't we?
Yeah. Considering the fact is, like we said, that game ended up a high-scoring affair, 15-13. And
Lots
it
of
was
hits, 30 base hits, I think,
yeah,
between
it
the
was
two
a 9-run
teams.
ball game at one point after 5 innings by Warner Southern. Quick throw over to Fab. Quick toss to throw, or a quick toss over to the first baseman. Don't ask me. I'm just trying to keep you on your toes.
You better have a little more
water. I do all these things on purpose. Quick throw over to first, not in time. There's the pitch. And we have a walk to Roanhorse. So Roanhorse on base again via the walk. And a catcher now walking out, taking a timeout. And I believe the coach also, Mobile, Mike Jacobs, walking out to talk to his pitcher pal and Trevor. We may see another pitching change. Again, it's 8-1. We're in the top of the 4th inning.
Got Jesse Eicham heating up down there in the Mobile bullpen.
And so far, nothing that the Rams have thrown at the Eagles has worked so far. Ben Orr's done pretty good, gave up 1 run so far off a couple of hits. And racked up a couple strikeouts and a walk, but 8-1.
Well, he's doing it everywhere. He's pitching, he's batting, he's fielding.
He's bringing his team water in the dugout. I mean, he's just a good guy.
Think he'd get us a pizza?
Well, you can always ask.
Sure.
We got the phone number to the dugout.
He's got plenty of time.
8-1 ball game. And we break up the meeting of the minds, as they say, out at the pitcher's mound. Powell will stay in. But I'm sure his coach says, look, and got to settle down. Can't be giving those free bases.
I think Mike Jacobs asked him to keep the ball down, get a ground ball, let your defense get you out with a double play here.
Well,
runners on first and second.
That doesn't hit many ground balls, Ryan Beaver. A home run earlier. And that first pitch is low and away ball 1. So 2 on, 1 ball, no strike with 1 out. Here in the top of the 4th to the leading home run hitter of the Eagles.
Yeah, the 6'3" right fielder's got to be licking his chops because
pitcher fouled it off, got him on the inside, and he's had home run cuts. Last time he was up also, very first pitch, he tried to lift it and swung and fouled it back meekly to the backstop. So he has a 1 ball, 1 strike count on him now.
Just getting loosened up.
Steps back in, Powell with the runners at first and second. Here's the pitch on the way, and Beaver pops or lines a little foul ball off the third base side, and the count goes to 1-2. Nice warm day, the crowd picking up.
What a great way to spend a Saturday afternoon. Memorial Day weekend, if you're not leaving town, this is the place to be.
1-2 pitch on the way, Beaver almost reached for that one. And the count evens up at 2-2.
Powell trying to get him to fish for 1 right there. Would have been strike 3.
Beaver steps back in. He's a senior, .331 batting average. Playing in right field and made a good play earlier.
1 home run already today. Had 18 coming into the tournament. Did he hit 1 yesterday?
No, he didn't hit 1 yesterday.
So he has 19 for the year then.
Yes, 19. That's good. 18 plus 1.
Hey, I can count.
Yep. That math did you good. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way for Powell. Beaver, little chopper up to the short. He'll go to second for the force out. And they'll be safe at first. Beaver with good wheels down there. Had the force on second. Almost had a double play. But they have 2 down now. At least gotten 1 out of all of that. The last inning, they had a situation where they probably should have went just for a force out at first with runners at second and third. They chose to try to go for a double play and didn't get it pulled off and ended up with the bases loaded.
Yeah, they haven't completed a double play today. Right there, good flip by the shortstop, but looked like it got hung up there in the second base, and Beaver has good wheels, so.
Good close play, but obviously safe was Beaver. Ben Orr, the pitcher, steps back in from the left side, try to add some runs to help his cause with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. And there's a shot past the diving third baseman, and another run will come across. And it's now 9-1. And of course now you lose money. That you said there would only be 2 runs scored in the top of the 4th.
I'll just go home then.
No, I don't think so. The door will be jammed and the cameraman won't let you out. You'll have to crawl out over
Do
here.
you think they could fit another person in here?
Number 44, Mark Wade.
This is our own little community hug place, yes. Stepping to the plate now will be Mark Wade, playing in left field. It's 9-1. Third run of the inning across, with still 2 outs in the top. Of the fourth, runners at first and second.
Walked in the second and reached on an error on the second baseman in the second inning.
Powell still on the mound. Already one visit from the coach, Mike Jacobs. Too much more given up. He'll probably be back out. The first pitch, it's strike one.
On the inside corner.
A liberal call.
Or the inside edge, or...
That looked like it almost hit him in the elbows. Here comes the pitch on the way, 0-1. That's breaks down over strike two. 0-2.
And the Biola umpiring crew is...
Well, it's a tough job being an umpire.
It definitely
You get
is.
quite thirsty standing out there too long. There's the 0-2 on the way. That pitch almost gets away from the catcher. Good snag by Nick Sims. Keep it from getting to the backstop, or the 2 runners on would advance to second and third. So 1 ball, 2 strikes in the top of the fourth. 9 runs across. And there's a drive to left field. That was going to fall in. Fair ball. Parker couldn't catch up with it. And guess what? Here comes another run. And a 2-out RBI single, or a double coming across for Mark Wade. So he gets a ribby in the ball game. And it's now a 10-1 game. So it looks to me, here comes the coach, Mike Jacobs. The pitching must be worn out totally.
That will be all for Trevor
There's
Powell.
the drive from Wade. Good shot. Parker got a late jump on it.
Right to the base of the wall there in left field.
Had no chance, but
None
managed
at all.
to hold it down to 1 run. But runners at second
Well, he
and
hit the
third.
ball too hard. It got out there so fast.
Yeah.
Left fielder made a good play.
That's a good thing in baseball, to hit the ball hard. So Powell leaves what possibly could be his last game with the University of Mobile. Was he a senior?
He leaves,
If he is a senior.
yes, he is. He leaves the 2 runners on there for right-hander Chris Sparks,
Chris Sparks coming in now.
6'2", 180-pound junior from Fairhope, Alabama.
Well, he'll be the 3rd pitcher used by the Rams.
61 2/3 innings on the year, 6-3, 38 strikeouts, 25 walks. Again,
Your attention, please.
10-1 ball game here in the top of the 4th inning again with 2 outs. And Biola making every possible case that they can that they deserve to stay here. And that possibility, unless something disastrous happens for their pitching staff, they're going to walk away and stay alive. And University of Mobile will be going home.
yeah, Coach Mike Jacobs from the University of Mobile Rams just looking for one of his guys on the pitching staff to step up and give him a couple innings where they hold Biola to no runs to give their team a chance to get back in this thing.
Speaking of going home, if you're hungry when you leave the ballpark, you might try Zany's, featuring the barbecue baby back ribs.
Baby back, baby back.
Delicious prime rib and our sizzling steak or chicken fajitas. Enjoy all the
Tasty.
Hollywood history. And remember, you, that is you, are the star at Zany's Hollywood Grill.
And I'm still thinking about the fish and chips I had at Zany's yesterday for lunch.
Well, on the mound again, Chris Sparks, right-hander,
Jones, second base.
getting ready to face another batter,
The 9th batter have almost batted around the order here.
Brian
Biola.
Jones. On deck,
The Biola
will be
Eagles
Cardamone.
sent everyone to the plate.
Brian steps in, 324 batting average, second baseman. Number 10, the senior. Steps in against
Singled and
Sparks. Here's the first pitch, and he lines a shot on the ground. Second baseman will come up, a quick throw to first in time. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Sparks as he comes in, but not before a lot of damage is done more by the Biola Eagles, who come across with 4 more runs and jump out to a 10-1 lead over the University of Mobile Rams. We go to the bottom of the 4th with a score 10-1. You're watching the Avista 2001 NAIA College World Series.
base, Luker.
And welcome back to Harris Field. Leading off the bottom of the fourth inning, Kevin Luker, the third baseman for the University of Mobile Rams. And pitching is still on the mound, the southpaw, Ben Orr.
Making it look very business-like out there. He's
10-1, strike one.
Going right after
Luker.
Going right after the hitters. When you have a 10-1 lead, that's what you want to do. Avoid giving up the base on balls and make the hitters put the ball in play. Let your defense help you out.
Here's the pitch from Orr, and there's a shot up the middle. That's going to drop in. No, and a great play. Looked like it may die out there for a second, but a good play in center by Ronhorst, who's had a busy game out there, but a great catch, a hard hit ball, but right on target to the center fielder, and quickly, nothing but an out for the Rams.
That dropped right into his glove.
First baseman Chris Brazel will step in now with one down here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Nothing worse as a batter to make good contact like that and just hit it to somebody that doesn't even hardly have to move. Frustrating.
Still looking pretty good, only giving up one run so far out of 3 hits. Here's the pitch. That's outside, ball one. Again, a 10-1 ball game, and nothing the pitchers have thrown at Biola from the Rams and Mobiles. That's strike one, 1-1 to count to Brazel. Has worked. They've scored 2 in the first 3 and 4 in the fourth inning and jumped out to a commanding 10-1 lead. Here comes the 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Or as a live arm there, he's throwing some good gas.
Not only that, he can throw it hard.
Sure.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Brazel, a .307 hitter, playing first base, the senior. Swing and a miss, struck him out. So he popped 2 quick pitches in there, realizing that he probably couldn't catch up with his fastball. Comes up with his 3rd K of the ball game. And quickly, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
The right fielder, number 19, Philip Servant.
Brazel just looked confused there.
Philip Servant stepping up to the plate, the right fielder now. See if he can get on base, get something started. The first pitch pops it up right field. It'll curve into foul territory. And a bunch of Eagles converge, and the right fielder comes up and makes the snag. Ryan
Just like
Bieber.
that.
So 1-2-3, bottom of the fourth inning. Biola will come back to bat, still leading 10-1. You're watching the Avista 2001 NAIA College World Series. Back with more baseball right after this.
The Avista NAIA World Series is sponsored by Tomato Brothers Casual Italian Dining. Bring the family in for the best Italian food in the valley. Tomato Brothers, pizza, pasta, and seafood. There's something for everybody at Tomato Brothers, just over the bridge in Clarkston. Zanies featuring barbecue baby back ribs, delicious prime rib in our sizzling steak or chicken fajitas. Enjoy all the Hollywood history and remember you are the star at Zanies Hollywood Grill, 21st Street and 19th Avenue. Rose Hours open 24 hours on Thane in Lewiston, providing you the freshest produce and the best meat department. Restaurant open daily from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Waddell & Reed Financial Services, investing with a plan. 504 Main Street in Lewiston. Sprint PCS, the clear alternative to cellular. 1702 21st Street in Lewiston. Les Schwab, if we can't guarantee it, we won't sell it.
And welcome back to Harris Field. Sean Emery and Dan Ahern calling the play-by-play and color commentary for the second game of the day of the College World Series here at Harris Field. 10-1 ball game, Biola over Mobile. And we had the first batter, Matt Carnamo, first baseman, number 51, comes up and for his effort gets nailed in the back by Chris Parks. So whether it's a single, a walk, or whatever, the pitching staff so far of the Rams could just not get the first guy out and get out of trouble.
That covers Matt Cardamone's day. A single, a walk, and then hit by a pitch. He led off the inning, last inning, when they sent 9 batters to the plate. put up a 4 spot.
Cardamone's a small lead off the plate, and now batting Slater. Eric Slater, the catcher, number 33. Pitch on the way, and it's inside, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Again, Chris Sparks, third pitcher of the day, after Matt Milstead and Trevor Powell could not put any water on the fire of those bats of the Biola Eagles.
Water is more like gas.
Well, they don't want to put more gas.
Well, I
They don't want
know.
to put it out.
But that's
No,
what.
well,
Okay.
never mind. They're aluminum
Sure.
bats anyway, so they don't catch on fire. 2-0 the count on Slater.
Did you win
Ready
that
to have
chili?
a rumble in the press box.
Did you win that chili cheese dog they gave away between innings there?
I'm tired of trying to bribe people. I never win anything. Quick
Well,
throw to first.
I'm glad you didn't win it, because this is a small booth.
Stepping back in, Slater. 308 batting average for the junior. And Biola definitely looks like a different team than yesterday. Whether or not the team they played, Birmingham or Bellevue out of Nebraska, was that much better.
Right.
Or they just couldn't find the bats and just had a bad game. 'Cause
Opening
if
game
Bellevue-
jitters, maybe.
If Bellevue, who won by 10 runs, is that much better than Biola, they are going to give folks a rough time in the rest of this series. Here's the pitch on the way. 3-0's inside, ball 4. So 4 straight balls, and now, without recording an out, Sparks, much like the consistency of the previous 4 innings, first 2 batters reach. There's nobody out. And the Eagles looking to put some more runs on the board. Up 10-1 already. And we have another meeting in the infield. Speaking of meeting places, if you'd like to meet with your friends and you're hungry, the Main Street Grill would be a good place to go. You got to taste the famous 1-pound Ed Chef burger. Conveniently located downtown, the Main Street Grill, open for breakfast at 7 a.m. They have great breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Still surrounded by Warrior memorabilia. The
Does
Main
Coach-
Street Grill
Does Coach
downtown.
Chef cook that burger as well?
I certainly hope not.
Me too.
Stepping in now will be David Munoz, the shortstop. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Here's the pitch on the way. That one way inside. Fortunately, he's skinny, unlike me. That one hit me on the belly. Ball 1.
Munoz singled last time up, singled sharply, knocked in a run. He's 2 for 3 on the day, scored a run.
Runners at first and second, nobody out. We're in the top of the 5th. The pitch on the way, and that hits him on the elbow. Second batter hit, so far the bases are loaded, and nobody's put any wood on the ball yet.
That's because they're metal bats. You just told me that.
I set you up for that one. Say
Oh,
thank you. Yeah.
gosh. Well, for the 3rd inning in a row, we've got some more activity in the Mobile bullpen, and like we talked earlier, Coach Mike Jacobs just looking for somebody to plug the dam here, because they keep scoring runs every inning.
Jay Kruger will step in now, number 20, third baseman, hitting .320 on the year. Bases loaded, nobody out in the top of the 5th. And as we said before, the Eagles looking to add already this onslaught they have put on the Rams. That first pitch breaks over, and it's strike 1. So finally, Sparks gets a strike across. And the 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
It's a
So
rough,
2 quick strikes.
rough situation for the fielders in a spot like this. Bases loaded, been out there a long time, nobody out, not really ready for the ball when it is hit to them.
0-2 pitch on the way. That one just a tad bit inside. And the count goes to 1-2.
Need to be ready on every pitch,
Well,
especially
Sparks-
down 10-1.
Sparks checks the sign to pitch. Down the middle, ball 2. That evens up the count at 2-2. So he needs to stay with him now. He's going to have to make a good pitch, trying to get the 3rd strike or get an out here. As he had him 0-2, you don't want to come back and walk him. Nobody has really has hit the ball at all this inning, but the bases are loaded. And there's a hot shot to the shortstop. Quick throw to second, over to first. Not in time. Pulled the first baseman off the bag. Runner advances to third, and another run scores. It's now 11-1. Kruger will not get the RBI on the fielder's choice. 10-run lead now, with 1 down in the top of the 5th inning. Sparks still on the mound, and coming to the bat now, number 28, John Rowenhorst, who made a great catch on the line drive to center field
And
in
again,
the bottom of the 4th.
double play ball. tailor-made right there. Got the first half, but second baseman's relay to first, not in time, pulled the first baseman off the bag.
Well, Kruger has pretty good speed, too, so he had to rush it. But just like you said, the basics are not getting done, and that is why you're down 10 runs. Sparks wind up to throw to Roanhorse, and that pitch breaks over the middle. Strike one. 0-1 to count, so he starts out again with a strike.
Roanhorse walked 3 times today, so he's working on a perfect day. 0 for 0. Scored
Steps
a couple
back
times.
in. Batting from the left side of the plate. Here comes the pitch from Sparks. That one outside. Whoa, outside corner, I guess. And a throw down to third. Trying to catch the runner at third off. But now the count 0-2. Roar steps back in. Sparks checks the runners. Here comes the 0-2 on the way. That one low, almost gets away from the catcher. Good stop by Nick Sims. So the count goes to 1-2. Having a hard time putting him away. Doesn't seem to have an out pitch or a good enough fastball or a slider or something so he can get him chasing something after getting 2 strikes on him. 1-2 the count. Runners at the corners. 11-1. 1 run in on the top of the 5th. There's the pitch. Lined off the third base side, foul, and the count stays 1-2. A lot of balls going out here in foul territory. A lot of kids making
Chris
some
Sparks
money.
is a lonely man out there right now. Trying to shut things down on Biola here to give his team a chance.
Count 1-2. 1 out top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. It's outside, ball 2. Runners at the corners, and again, this is elimination game number 2, and the loser will go home after having a couple of pretty nice 2-3 nice days here in Lewiston, but not what they came up here for.
Absolutely not.
Count 2-2. Runners at the corners. Sparks checks the runners. Here's the pitch on the way, and Roanhorse drills it past the diving second baseman, and another run, an RBI single for Roanhorse. And the runner, Kruger, advances to second, and Slater comes in to score. So now it's an 11-1, 12-1 ball game as they score another run. So Biola, you have to feel for the University of Mobile pitchers. You see that shot just out of the reach of the second baseman.
Allowing actually the courtesy runner J.P. Boyington in for catcher Eric Slater. Crosses the plate there. Seeing some action here as a courtesy runner in the series.
12-1 ball game now. And that will be Beaver, the leading home run hitter, already has 1 in this game way back in the first inning. The pitch down the middle, strike 1. 1-2. 12 runs off of 9 hits for Biola, but a lot of walks, hit batters. And not been able to get the batters out when you've had 2 strikes on them has hurt
Put
the Rams.
lead off hitters on.
Upstairs for the second pitch.
Couple
to
errors.
Beaver, 1-1.
They just haven't played the game they needed to play to keep it close, especially with Brian Orr on the mound.
Well, Orr's had nice big lead practically from the beginning to work with, and has only given up 1 run. There's the pitch, fouled off the right side, out of play in the parking lot. Count goes to 1-2, and Ryan Beaver, 331, the senior, in right field. Made a great catch out there earlier on a shot to the warning track to keep Joe Parker, who ended up scoring, from going to third, from first to third on a shot, keeping him at second. Count 1-2 now. Sparks, Beaver calls for time, steps out. Sweat rolling down in his eyeballs. Not
You
a good
think he's
time to step in
sweating?
there.
He looks like a guy that doesn't sweat.
Yeah, he looks like Mr. Cool.
He does.
Much like us, the Iceman.
The Iceman.
Yeah, there you
Nice.
go. We'll give ourselves nicknames, even if we have to pay somebody. Here's the 1-ball, 2-strike count on the way. That's low, bounces up to the plate. Count goes to 2-2.
Chris Sparks throwing the 55-footer there. Good play by catcher Nick Sims to keep that in front of him.
Beaver will step back in with a count 2 balls, 2 strikes. In a 12-1 ball game
And the 10-run rule is in effect.
after 7 innings.
Yes. So, Mobile, not only is it a loser-out game, but it's now down to a 2-inning loser-out game.
Here's the pitch on the way for the Sparks. Beaver takes that low. And now we're full count, 3-2. Runners at first and second. And the pitching staff of Mobile, in this case Chris Sparks, in danger of putting somebody else on base without the benefit of a hit.
And as I look down to the Mobile bullpen, Mike Jacobs has nobody out there warming up right now.
Sparks all on his own now. Here comes the pitch. There's a hot shot past the diving third baseman. Runner coming around. You're going to score another one. And it's now 13-1. Biola. Throw down to third, not in time. From Joe Parker, the left fielder. As short hop by the third baseman. Will give an RBI single to Ryan Beaver and go down to second on the throw to third. So it's now 13-1, and worse gets worse. As we have a timeout now, we're going to have another meeting. And I mean, you really can't fault Mr. Sparks.
No,
he's had the ball. You know, yes, he's walked a few, did this and did that, but he's thrown and got ahead of the batters the last two times. But he's trying to throw pitches, and they're making good swings on it and getting drives and putting them right past the fielders.
Yeah, good clean base hits. Things just aren't going Mobile's way.
And I don't know if we're going to have another one coming out.
We brought in Donnie Parker here. He's a lefty.
Okay.
6 foot, 192 senior out of Saraland, Alabama.
You're good, those names.
Donnie
Again, it's
Parker.
13-1, one out, top of the fifth. And this ball game quickly getting out of hand, has quickly got out of hand several innings ago. University of Mobile just not being able to generate any kind of offense against Ben Orr. And on the other hand, there is nothing any of the pitchers have been able to throw from the Rams to the Eagles that they haven't tagged out on. And a lot of that's been set up by the hit batters and the walks to start with. Then after getting runners on base without the benefit of a hit, then they start getting hits. So probably half of these runs scored has been via the hit batsman or an error or a walk. It's not an error on you, though, Dan, if you cruise on down to Arby's, who invite you to try any of their new market fresh deli sandwiches available in roast beef, roast turkey, roast ham, or delicious chicken Caesar.
That was a smooth segue. I like that.
Thank you very much. You can stop by at any of the Three Valley locations for Arby's in Lewiston, the Lewiston Orchards, or over the bridge in Clarkston. That's Arby's.
There's one near you.
Yes.
And the Eagles, as I look back through here, it looks like they've issued 6 walks and 3 hit batters. So
well, there's 9 folks that haven't even had to swing the bat really.
And I think 6 of those 9 have come around to score. So
that's pretty close. Half
hurt themselves. Yeah,
that's that mind up there, that mathematician.
I took math 3 times and still never got it.
Stepping in right now, Mr. Orr. Ben Orr, the pitcher, batting for himself from the left side. And Parker will step in, the southpaw, get ready to throw to Orr. As the pitch down the middle, strike 1. So 0-1, good pitch there. But we still only have 1 out. Runners at second and third. And it's a 13-1 ball game. 3 runs here in the top of the 5th inning. Pitch on the way from Parker. Strike 2.
Parker, 47 innings on the year, 6.13 ERA, has a 0-1 record, appeared in 16 games.
2-strike count now on Ben Orr. Parker with the pitch. Orr offered at it, but it's outside upstairs. Ball 1, 1-2 the count.
Again, Mike Jacobs just trying to find a pitcher that'll give him some outs here.
Now you can't
having a hard time.
Don't have enough pitchers on the staff, and you can't continue to just leave them out there to get abused by the bats, if they're not getting the job done today. Here's the 1-2 on the way to Orr. And he rips a shot into center field. That's going to carry a long ways past the center fielder, gets past his head, bounces off the warning track, off the wall. Here's a couple of more runs. Orr in with a 1-out, 2-run double, and he greets the new pitcher, Johnny Parker, very rudely as he rips a 1-2 shot into left center. And the damage and the power keeps going. As Biola, here's the pitch, and you see just right down the middle. Good smooth swing. Goes with where the pitch was on the outside corner. Drives it all the way to the warning track, and 2 more runs across. It's now 15-1. Still 1 out in the top of the 5th.
Ben Orr continues to be a one-man wrecking crew, doing it at the plate, on the mound, in the field. He's looking good.
Parker will step in to face now. Mark Wade scored. And we've almost batted around again. There's the pitch. Low and away, ball one.
An RBI double last inning.
Wade, and on deck will be Brian Jones. And then if that continues, Cardamone will be batting again. And he started the inning off. Here's the pitch on the way. That's just under the hands. Inside, ball two.
Strike zone might be shrinking there for the Mobile pitchers. Probably feels like it. About the size of a thumbtack.
You got to come with and you got to get around the plate or you're not going to get the close calls. 2-0 pitch on the way to Mark Wade from Parker. Second batter, Parker's face. That way inside of the breaking pitch, ball three. So 3-0. He got his counterpart on the pitcher mound. Ord 1-2, but then Ord drilled him for a one-out, two-run double. And now he's 3-0 in danger of walking Mark Wade. Here's the 3-0 on the way. Runner at second. Wade had the green light, pops it up behind the press box. Bob, the cameraman, dove for that one, but just missed.
All
and
right,
the count
Bob.
goes to 3-1.
Bob gives us a thumbs up. That's
yes,
good.
He's fine. He only skinned his nose a little bit. But he saved the camera just in case the director was worried about that. 3-1 pitch. Top of the fifth. There's a line shot into left field, base hit. Here will come another run. Long throw, and not the great of him. They should have come to the cutoff man. No chance to get the runner from second.
Another RBI double by Mark Wade. That's 2 on the day.
Wade going to second on the throw to home. Good long single.
Trading places with Ben Orr out there.
16-1 now, and coming to bat will be Brian Jones, and on deck, Matt Cardamone. And you wonder, you know, we're only in the fifth inning here.
We are?
Yeah, top of the fifth. You haven't been listening?
I'm deaf.
And the 10-run rule is not in effect until after 7, so we got a while to go here. And no, like we've talked, the poor Mobile pitchers just have not been able to get anybody out. 1-0 on Brian Jones, the second baseman, 324 hitter, the senior. And a pitch popped up out of play with the backstop.
First pitch swinging.
Count goes to 1-1. Fourth pitcher of the day, Matt Bilstead, 8-6 on the year, 3.98 ERA. Didn't last long. Trevor Powell didn't. Chris Sparks couldn't get anybody out. And now Donnie Parker doing the pitching. The lefty, Brian Jones in the batter's box.
Been hit hard twice by the two batters he's faced.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That one breaks right over there. Good pitch. Good off-speed stuff. The count goes to 1-2.
Barring an unorthodox double play here, we're going to see Matt Cardamone for the second time this inning.
Well,
he's got to be pretty excited about that.
Yeah, he's pretty excited. 1-2, and there's a drive to center field right on target. Caught by the center fielder of Mobile, Jackie Blanchard. Been busy out there.
Yes, he has.
As well as Parker in left field. Runner doesn't advance, and there's now 2 away. And coming to bat,
Matt Cardamone,
who led off the ball game. Led off the inning, batting just a little bit ago.
He's hit by a pitch.
6 runs across here in the top of the fifth inning, the biggest inning by far for the Eagles, now up 16-1. Here's the first pitch on the way from Parker. And there's a drive into left field. That'll drop in front of Parker. And here comes the throw in, and they get it to cutoff man. Cardamone with a drive to left field. Advances the runner to third, so with 2 away, we have runners at the corners. 16 runs off of 13 hits. And as he said before, 6 walks, 3 hit batters. So there's 9 batters right there that didn't have to do a lot of work.
Those aren't
3 errors also on the Rams, so there's a good shot there.
Those aren't soft line drives either. They're teeing off on Donnie Parker.
No movement whatsoever.
No.
Could come down to all these games.
Did he throw it all yesterday?
No, he didn't throw yesterday, but I think you got a ton of tired arms from Mobile. I think you got a ton of tired arms. They're throwing good pitches up there at times, but not being able to put anything on them. And if you can't move the ball around, just about anybody that plays at this level or higher is going to hit it. Here's the first pitch on the way to Slater, and he pops it straight up into center field. Backing up is Blanchard, just short of the warning track. And finally, the top of the fifth inning comes to a close. But Biola, the Eagles, come and add more to that lead. 6 runs in the top of the inning, and now they take a 16-1 lead. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The Rams will be batting. You're watching the Avista 2001 NAIA College World Series. Back with more baseball right after this.
Fans, the inning.
And welcome back to Harris Field. Sean Emery with you. Dan Ahern. Dan checking up on the new lineups. We've got a bunch of replacements out in the field for Biola, who's jumped out to a 16-1 lead and 2 strikes quickly on the leadoff hitter for Mobile from Ben Orr. So an 0-2 count to Jeff White. Leadoff hitter played second base. Not had a great game offensively. But then again, that's not saying much, as Mobile's only got 1 hit so far and 1 run. Orr checks the signs from his catcher Slater. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and a high fastball up around the forehead. And another strikeout. Ben Orr throwing some smoke up there. Comes up with his 4th or 5th strikeout of the ball game. And with a 15-run lead, doesn't really need to get fancy anymore, as you pretty much know what he's going to do. They haven't been able to hit anything that he's thrown up there yet. Carlos Claudio will come to bat. Claudio, the shortstop. And he hits the first pitch right to the shortstop. Cool. Bad hop. Eats up David Munoz. And we'll give him a base hit on that one as Claudio comes up and gets on base. A 1-out single. Took a bad hop off the field. Just ate Munoz up. Not much you could have done with that one. And coming to bat now will be Parker, Joe Parker, left fielder. Been busy out there also.
Sean, we got a couple, actually several defensive substitutions here. Randy Rodriguez over at third base. Justin Wayland out in center field. Adam Schaefer, right field. Matt Parrish over in left field. And Paul Johnson takes over at second base for Brian Jones.
Well, wholesale changes. 0-1 pitch to Parker, gets hit by a pitch by Orr. So Orr now nails his second batter of the ball game. He's been mostly on nose. Sometimes, though, he hasn't. He's walked a couple, I believe. Hit a couple of batters. But again, only 1 hit across.
Well, you kind of wonder how long John Verhoeven's going to stay with Brian Orr. Or Ben Orr, excuse me. They got a sizable lead here. He's arguably your ace pitcher. He's a position player as well, so you either plop him down on the bench and give him the rest of the day off and say, save yourself for Monday's game, but
Blanchard steps in now. One out here in the bottom of the 5th inning with runners at first and second. 16-1 now. Biola has jumped over everybody quickly. 2 runs in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. 1 run came across for the University of Mobile in the bottom of the 3rd.
it's like Joe Parker's coming out there. He took that pitch off his ankle, it looked like.
Well, no use of getting
Has a
injured
bum
more.
wheel here.
So he replaced with
J.P. Boyington heads over to first.
Boyington goes to first. Runners at first and second. 1 down in the bottom of the 5th. Here comes the 1-0 pitch on the way to Blanchard, and he fouls it off to the right side, out of play. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blanchard 337 on the season and playing in center field, and him and Parker both been extremely busy in the outfield. They're going to be tired. They eat well after the game and then will sleep well. And unless, like I said, if something happens, if they come back, they will have a good ride back to Mobile.
Yes, they will.
Good team, though. You can't, anybody that made it here, as we got a strike 2 on Blanchard, anybody of the 10 that made it to this World Series are not bad teams. And somebody has to lose and somebody has to win, and that's the way the name of the game is. But today, Mobile just didn't have it. And Biola, who didn't have it yesterday, seems to have everything going right.
Yeah, they found it between yesterday and today, that's for sure.
16-1. Here comes the pitch from Orr, and stepping out Blanchard just before the pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Sean and Dan smelling the hamburgers up here in the press box.
Is that what that is?
Game 2 of the day. This is the second loser out game, elimination game. Ohio Dominican on the way home. Swing and a miss. That pitch would have been a ball, but quick inside and got him tied up. Couldn't get a hold of it.
Oh, crossed him up big time there. Blanchard had the pitch under his hands and couldn't do anything with it other than wave his bat at it.
We have 2 outs now in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Designated hitter Sam Driver.
Sam Driver will come to bat now, the DH, number 24.
The Rams just aren't putting up much of a fight for Ben Orr here.
Or it's the southpaw checking the signs. First pitch on the way to Driver. Right down the middle, strike 1. So 0-1, and for the most part, but Ben Orr has been ahead of the runners, and that's or ahead of the batters every time he's come up.
It's a nice luxury to have a 15-run lead. About all you have to do is throw strikes. Keep yourself out of trouble.
The 0-1 pitch on the way. Runners at first and second. There's the pitch. That one almost breaks across, but it's inside. Gets away from Slater for a second, but he finds it. No runners advance. So the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike on Sam Driver now. 16-1 ball game here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And unless the Rams start putting some offense together, this will be over in about 2 1/3 innings. Driver steps back in, or checking the sign. 2 down again, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here the pitch on the way. Fly ball into right field. Well, that drop could be short, and it does, right between the second baseman and the right fielder. The run will score on a 2-out single by Sam Driver. So now it's 16.
Texas
to 2.
Leaguer gets dropped in there.
So the comeback begins?
I think it does.
Okay.
They've got their work cut out for them.
There's the little pop, and a runner crosses. Only the second run of the game, only the second hit given up by Ben Orr in his ball game. The catcher, Nick Sims, now will step up with 2 outs. He has runners at first and second. For his first pitch, right down there, strike 1 from Orr.
I'm not the official scorekeeper, Sean, but I think they've got at least 3 hits.
Well, fine then.
Yeah.
You want to argue with the play-by-play guy? That's fine. 0-1 pitch, bounced up there, 1-1.
I'm not arguing.
Yes, you are. Quick. The camera guy, Bob's going to have to break up a fight.
Call
now.
security,
Yeah,
Bob.
Call security. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Place
Nick
is
Sims
getting
steps
out
back
of
in.
hand.
Yes. Well, we never said this was a family show. There's the 1-1. Strike 2. It's just like, what's they call that on that celebrity deathmatch thing? We're no celebrity. We're announcer attacks or something. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th in a 16-2 ball game. Or checking the runners. Got the sign. Comes to the plate to Sims. That one's outside. Upstairs, ball 2. And the count goes to 2-2. Sims, the 326 average for the catcher, a junior. Be back next year.
0 for 2 on the day. Flew out to center and dribbled back to Ben Orr at the mound.
There's the pitch from Orr, just a tad bit inside, and the count goes full. So the runners at first and second will be taking off. So any extra base hit's going to score a couple of runs, which would have to give Mobile some tad bit of reassurance that they belonged here, because right now they've really got pounded. Now, ball 4.
Well, no argument there from Nick
strike.
Sims. He knew it. He got crossed up.
The umpire not really aggressive on that call. It took a second to figure out what the heck he was doing. So a strikeout. No, and 1 run across off of just 1 hit in the inning. And after 5, Biola Eagles still much in command of this ball game and wanting to stay alive through this College World Series. 16-2. We go to the top of the 6th. You're listening and watching the Avista 2001 NAIA College World Series. Back with more baseball after this.
The Avista NAIA World Series is sponsored by A&W All-American Food. Stop by A&W in the Lewiston Center Mall and enjoy an old-fashioned milkshake with any of our deluxe bigger burgers. A&W, where the food's as good as the root beer. Arby's invites you to try any of our new Market Fresh deli sandwiches, available in roast beef, roast turkey, roast ham, or delicious chicken Caesar. Stop by any of our 3 Valley locations, Lewiston, The Orchards, or Clarkston. Main Street Grill, you gotta taste our famous 1-pound chef, that's Ed Chef Burger, conveniently located downtown. Main Street Grill is open for breakfast at 7 a.m. Get into the NAI spirit and join us at Main Street Grill for breakfast, lunch, or dinner surrounded by classic LCSC Warrior memorabilia. Taco Time offers the best of both worlds. Delicious Mexican food served fast and fresh. Taco Time is currently featuring our chicken BLT. Buy the combo meal and enter to win a trip to Universal Studios Hollywood. 2 Valley locations to serve you best.
And welcome back to Harris Field. Sean Emery, Dan Aaron. We're doing game 2 of the elimination round today. The first game out of the way this morning went between Warner Southern and Ohio Dominican. And Warner Southern will advance on, although they made it exciting at the end. Had a 9-run early lead, but ended up having to hold on to a 2-run lead. And there's a drive deep to center field. That ball going back. It is out of here. And shortstop leadoff man David Munoz, who seems like that's his 20th time to the plate in the game, leads off on a first pitch and drills it deep over the left center field fence. And another run comes across the plate. Leading off the top of the 6th, it is now 17-2.
Wasn't much doubt about that one.
Jake Kruger will step in now, the third baseman. Or no, we have a new third baseman.
Randy Rodriguez, actually.
Randy Rodriguez.
Be the first time up for Mr. Rodriguez today.
First pitch down the middle, strike 1. We still have Parker on the mound.
Got a 221 average on the season.
For the Rams. 221, a senior. Second pitch down the middle, strike 2. So quickly an 0-2 count from Parker.
Seeing some activity in the World Series for the senior out of Bellflower, California.
Pops it foul out of play. Off the right side, count stays no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2. Again, a leadoff homer by Munoz. 17-2 the score. And there's a line shot up the middle, base hit.
Again.
So Parker working
off.
a 0-2 count. And Rodriguez, who has not been in the game, comes up right away. Just got into defensive purposes in the bottom of the 5th inning. Comes up now in a single. And we have 2 runners that have got on base now. And nobody out.
Again, leadoff guy homers. Next guy up on as well with a Little Texas Leaguer base hit again.
Justin Whalen stepping in, batting from the left side, 256 average. He's a freshman. Another new player replacement. And Rodriguez
Mike Jacobs,
at first.
coach at Mobile, might be taking volunteers from the stands to come down and try and get these guys from Biola out.
There's an 0-2 count, but like on the previous batter, Rodriguez, Parker got an 0-2 count on him. He fouled off a pitch, stayed there, and then comes up with a ripping base hit up the middle. Here comes the pitch. That's outside. Ball 1. 1-2 the count to Whalen. If he's looking for volunteers, I'm not sure.
You're first in line?
No.
Oh.
Oh, it may be hot in the booth, but at least I got a little shade. There's the 1-2 pitch. Low, ball 2. Oh, no, they're going to call him, struck him out. Well, this umpire is one of the most least animated that we've had on calling strikes and balls so far in the almost 6 games we've had in this 2001 College World Series. On about 3 or 4 different occasions that you thought he was calling a ball and it ended up a strike. Adam Schaefer comes to bat.
In for Ryan Beaver. Mr. Beaver gets the rest of the day off.
Well, it has to be pretty exciting for some of these younger players. Adam Schaefer, sophomore, 265 average, not a lot of bats, getting an opportunity to play in front of the stage of the College World Series here at Lewiston. And the 0-1 count on away from Parker. That one's just misses. Ball 1, 1-1. Runner at first, 1 down in a 17-2 ball game. Biola, who again lost by 10 runs yesterday to Bellevue, putting a whooping on University of Mobile, the Rams out of Alabama.
Taking their frustrations out.
Count goes to 1-2 now on Adam Schaefer. Parker on the mound. Again, the 4th pitcher used. And it really hasn't made much difference who's been pitching for the Rams. That one inside under the elbows. And a count evens up at 2-2.
Yeah, I think a lot of those defensive substitutions that Coach Verhoeven made for Biola was more to get those guys some playing time, like you said, in front of a national tournament crowd here.
2-2 pitch on the way. Shaver swings at him, a strike 3. He's out of the ball game. So 2 consecutive strikeouts. And Ben Orr will come to the plate. And I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen Ben go sit down and have a snack, drink a Gatorade.
That's what I'm thinking.
Catch a couple winks and head to Surfs up.
He's definitely
pitched a good game, a couple of runs off of 3 hits.
Put in a full day at the office.
First pitch is strike.
And we do have a pinch hitter.
Pinch hitter. Oh, we got Kingsley?
So Mr. Orr is done.
Kingsley still bats left side, from the left side of the plate. And 0-2. So a couple of pitches there, tad bit low. In previous innings, has all of a sudden climbed up into the strike zone. I think the umpire's getting hot and wanting things to get going also.
The strike zone, you think,
Bill Kimsey, junior, 145 batting average, strikes out on 3 straight pitches. So 3 up, 3 down, and I'm sure Coach of Mobile would have hoped this pitching staff could have done that much earlier. But we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and University of Mobile Rams down 17-2 as Munoz, the leadoff homer in the top of this inning. Mobile will come to bat in the bottom of the 6th. You're watching the Avista 2001 NAIA College World Series. Back with more right after this.
Jed Blackerby, third base, Blackerby.
And welcome back to Harris Field as we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Couple of changes. Jeb Blackerby will be the batter, batting to the left side, takes strike one from the new pitcher. Ben Orr gone for the day after a brilliant performance for the Biola Eagles and pitching Gary Gallegos. When he comes with the second pitch, that's outside
Yes,
ball
sir.
1-1.
Sean, you can close the books on Mr. Orr. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs on 2 hits. Make that 3 hits. 5 strikeouts, a walk, and a hit batter. So, plus
Great
he's
job.
productive at the plate as well.
1-1 pitch to Blackerby is on the outside corner, and he's behind 1-2 to Gallegos. 17-2 in the bottom of the sixth inning.
Gallegos in for the proverbial mop-up duty here.
Ground ball to first base, couple of hops. First baseman will take it easy. And there's one away. So 1 down now in the bottom of the sixth inning. And this one quickly getting closer to the end of the 2001 baseball season for the Rams of the University of Mobile. Down by 15 runs, and if you do the 10-run rule, we'll be down. They have 5 more outs to go. Or 4 more outs to go. 1, 2, 3, 5. I can't count. I had to use my fingers on that one.
5 outs to
Brian
score 6 runs to
Getting
extend the length
311,
of the
hits a
game.
drill as a shot into right center. And that's going to bounce off the wall. He'll go and take 2 as it gets way back into the outfield there off that wall. Hard shot for Brian Schatz, the sophomore, 311. Batting average coming in number 14. So a 1-out double here in the bottom of the sixth inning.
Number 17, Wayne
Gallegos.
Huckabee, right field, Huckabee.
Huckabee will come in now.
Shots.
Another replacement.
Shots in for Chris Brazil there, standing out there at second base.
Huckabee, a freshman, 0.91 average, has not been up much, number 17. Gallegos checks the sign, checks the runner at second. Here comes the pitch, way upstairs, ball 1. And we have another pitcher warming up, number 8, down in the bullpen for Biola, just in case, you know, something happens here.
Stranger things have happened at this
That's
World
for
Series.
sure. The 1-0 pitch on the way, and it's upstairs, 2-0 to Huckabee. Gallegos, the southpaw, about 6'4". Checks his sign from Slater. Or no, we got a new catcher. Here comes the pitch. 2-0's inside corner. Strike 1, 2-1. So now we have moved around. Matt Cardamone has went from first to behind the plate now. So Eric Slater out of the ball game. And a count 2-1. 1 out, bottom of the sixth inning. Runner at second. A 1-out double. A shot. There's the pitch. That's low. Ball 3. 3-1 to count.
Gallegos, just a freshman out of Riverside, California. Like you said, tall guy, 6'4", only weighs 180. Kind of a wiry build.
Here comes the 3-1 strike count. Right down the middle. Fouls it off to the backstop. Full count. 3-2 now on Huckabee.
19 and a third innings on the year. 6.05 ERA. Got a 2-0 win-loss record. Made 14 appearances. 18 walks, 9 strikeouts, so once in a while has a little trouble finding the strike zone, looks like. It's the kind of guy
Full count.
Mobile likes to have out there, you'd think.
Huckabee looks at the full count pitch. Inside ball 4, and runners at first and second. And again, if you see many free passes coming from any of these guys, I imagine the coach, Verheven, the head coach of Biola Eagles, will be coming out going, look, we got a 15-run lead. Let's get this thing over with. Jeff White will step up now, 357 average. The second baseman. Batting from the left side. Again, Gallegos wind up and the throw. That pitch, low and away, ball 1, 1-0.
White was hit by a pitch in the first inning and grounded back to the pitcher, Ben Orr.
Runners in first and second again here in the bottom of the sixth inning. 1 away. And a 1-ball count on Jeff Wright, leadoff hitter for the Rams. There's the pitch, down the middle, strike 1. 1-1 to count. So Gallegos, all he has to worry about, and I'm sure if he walked another batter would get told, bias coaches get the ball over the plate, let the defense do the job. No sense of doing the same thing that got us a 15-run lead that the pitchers of Mobile gave us. 17-2. The pitch is upstairs high, ball 2, and 2-1 to count. And a warm afternoon, starting to warm up, but some plenty of good seats here. Crowd picking up. The Biola fans now laid back a little bit after screaming and yelling at the top of their lungs. The ground ball goes to second, possible DP. Quick throw, double play, and out of the inning, just like that. Right back up to the second baseman, toss it short, 4-6-3, and they get it pulled, and no damage done as Gallego gets out of the inning. So in the bottom of the sixth inning, no runs, one hit, one left. We go to the top of the seventh, 17-2. Biola Eagles.
Tailor-made double play right
over
there.
the University of Mobile Rams. You're watching the Avista 2001 NAIA College World Series. We'll be back with the top of the seventh right after this.
The Avista NAIA World Series is sponsored by Tomato Brothers Casual Italian Dining. Bring the family in for the best Italian food in the Valley. Tomato Brothers, pizza, pasta, and seafood. There's something for everybody at Tomato Brothers, just over the bridge in Clarkston. Zanies featuring barbecue baby back ribs, delicious prime rib in our sizzling steak or chicken fajitas. Enjoy all the Hollywood history and remember you are the star at Zanies Hollywood Grill, 21st Street and 19th Avenue. Rose Hours open 24 hours on Thane in Lewiston, providing you the freshest produce and the best meat department. Restaurant open daily from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Waddell & Reed Financial Services, investing with a plan. 504 Main Street in Lewiston. Sprint PCS, the clear alternative to cellular. 1702 21st Street in Lewiston. Les Schwab, if we can't guarantee it, we won't sell it.
Perry.
And here we go to the top of the seventh inning. And Biola Eagles with a 15-run lead.
Donnie
as
Parker.
Matt Parrish. Parker still on the mound, the fourth pitcher for the Rams. Parrish leads it off, a freshman. 282 average. First pitch from Parker right over their strike one. 0-1 the count. Trying to clear the benches is the coach, Biola, trying to get a bunch of players that don't see a lot of time. 0-1 pitch has popped up into foul territory on the right side. That's going to curve, and nobody's going to get to it. And the count goes to 0-2. Trying to get some guys in there to play that now that they will advance on. And again, not to say the game is over, because you never know. As we go to the bottom of the seventh when Mobile comes up, they have 3 outs to get something going. But they're down by 15.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That was heavy.
Words of wisdom. 3 outs to score 6 runs. That's what I'm looking for.
There you go.
Extend the game. Just
He has extended to another 2 innings, yes. 17-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Well, you know, Parker is coming in, and although he's faced 4 in a row that are reserves, he struck out all 4.
Number 9.
looks good on the stat sheet.
So that's a good thing.
Scoreboard looks a little better. He only gave up 1 run last inning.
Paul Johnson steps in now, utility player. He's 374 on the average, another senior. Parker checks his sign, comes in. The southpaw throws. Ground ball down to first base. Quick toss to Parker, who tags first, and quickly we have 2 away here in the top of the 7th. So would we possibly get out of an inning here without a run scored by Biola, who started off with 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 4 in the fourth, and then the big inning, 6 runs across in the fifth, 1 run last inning. 17 in the entire game off a total of 15 hits.
First inning today where the leadoff batter for Biola hasn't been on. So.
Ben Anderson now, another freshman. Ball 1 high on that one. 400 average, not a lot of bats on the season.
Ben Anderson in batting for Matt Cardamone.
Cardamone finally out of the game. There's ball 2.
Maybe we'll see Mr. Anderson behind the plate. Listed as a utility player.
Barker, the windup from the left side. There's the pitch on the way. That bounces up off the home plate, and the count goes 3-0. So we still may not see a 1-2-3 inning
He's trying his hardest.
for the Eagles. Heck of an offense, and like I said, I watched the game yesterday with Bellevue. And if Bellevue is that much better than a team right now that Biola's put 17 runs on the board, they are going to be trouble for anybody. Ball 4. So 4 straight balls after a strikeout and a ground out by Parker. A 2-out walk to Ben Anderson.
So much for a 1-2-3 inning.
Now stepping in, Joel Schelling comes in, did some pitching yesterday. He's at first base.
In for Eric Schlater.
Here comes the pitch. Inside corner, strike 1. Count goes to 0-1 on Schelling now. The breeze trying to pick up, but obviously the press box needs a window in the back. Strike 2 from Parker.
It is nice
We can
and
see it
toasty.
blowing all around us. It's just going around us.
Never seen a person sweat as much as Bob the cameraman.
Yes,
Boy.
0-2. And there's a fly ball deep to left field. Back. It's out of here. Oh, my.
Joel
Well, a 2-out
Schelling.
walk instead of a 1-2-3 inning by Parker. And the pinch hitter comes up and rips a 2-out, 2-run homer.
Freshman Joel Schelling juiced that ball over the left center field wall.
So we didn't have a 0 here in the top of the 7th inning. It's now 19-2, and the runs continue to be tacked on. 19-2, unbelievable score.
And Sean, I don't see a batting average for Mr. Schelling, so
Well, we'll just give him an 1,000 batting average.
it's a nice way to start the season.
Yes, it is.
In the World
Too bad
Series.
it's the end of the season.
Pinch
Chris
hit,
Hunt.
home run.
Chris Hunt now coming up, another freshman batting 182 on the year, number 29. He'll step in against Parker. Parker comes with the pitch. And another liberal strike there, I think. And now the Biola fans are not even complaining. 0-2 now, the count with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. And 2 more crossed for the Eagles. Here's the 0-2. Checks a swing. And that'll be a ball.
Chris Hunt, 6'1", 165 freshman from Eureka, California.
Or Eureka?
Left-handed first baseman.
Oh, Eureka, California.
Eureka. In for David Munoz, who,
Hit a home run in this
like
ball
you
game.
said, must have been at the plate 16 times today.
And Chris Hunt, left-hander, facing the lefty Parker with 2 outs here in the 7th. And that pitch breaks over, struck him out of there. But after getting 2 quick outs, Parker gives up a 2-out walk and a 2-out, 2-run homer. And we now go to the bottom of the 7th for Mobile. 3 outs possibly left in their season as they are down by 17, 19-2. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 7th inning stretch time. You're watching the Avista 2001 NAIA College World Series. Back with more baseball right after this. Okay, welcome back to Harris Field. Sean Emery with you, and Dan the man calling the color. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning in a 19-2 game. New pitcher for Biola, Nate Hansen, third pitcher of the game, not because they've needed 3 pitchers. It's just because they're trying to get everybody a possibility of playing here.
Just say it. It's mop-up duty.
Mop-up duty. And
Nate
that pitch
Hansen.
inside. The count goes to 1-1.
6'3", 195-pound senior from Reedley, California. Seen quite a bit of action throughout the season.
1 ball, 1 strike pitch on the way. Bad one's outside, 2-1.
Mainly a relief pitcher, and by the looks of it, he is their closer with 9 saves on the season. 51 in the 3rd innings.
Here comes the 2-1 pitch.
Not that he'll have a save opportunity here, but
And hits a drive to right field, going back. And I'll tell you what, they really messed up there. The right fielder for Biola playing in and not expecting any little guy that was batting at the plate, number 7 for Mobile. Didn't look like he'd have that kind of pop. Well, they played him way in right field. He hit one and kind of crossed up everybody as he hit it over the head of the right fielder, and he's standing at second with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
yeah, as an outfielder, you're taught first contact, your first step is always 1 step back because it's easier to run in on the ball than to backpedal.
And there's, and a great shot. They hold the runner at first. Boyington came up, hit the first pitch right back to Hansen, snagged it, and fires over to first, and there's 1 away. The runner still at second. 1 down, bottom of the 7th, 2 outs to go in the Rams season. Unless they match a big comeback here. They need 8 runs to make it a 19-10 score to keep the game going. And if I was a betting man, which I'm not.
Of course. Continue.
Not on live camera anyway. Yeah, I wouldn't say the possibility right now is there that they're going to score that many runs. They have just not had it. The pitching of Ben Orr did a great job, and again, the pitchers of Mobile just cannot stop anything the Biola threw at them.
They have hit everything today.
Runner at second, 1 down. First pitch on the way to Eubanks,
Mark
Jr.
Eubanks in for Jackie Blanchard out in center field. So Mr. Blanchard looks like he'll call it a season and a career there at University of Mobile as he's a senior.
Here's the 1-0 on the way to Eubanks. Fouls it off the catcher's mask. Time for a Tylenol.
Not trying to
Strike
sound
1.
cold or anything, but as tournament director, Jamie White looks to try and get the first 2 teams out in the first 2 days, Friday and Saturday. On the double elimination, have no rainouts or anything like that. That's why they leave the Sunday open. It cuts down on tournament costs. It's 2 extra teams that they don't have to pay hotel room for and food.
And a day that they don't have to pay us the high dollars we're making for being up here.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that check.
Because they're trying to save for an air conditioning unit.
He has 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th, runner at second. Eubanks steps back in to Nate Hansen.
You said earlier somebody has to lose, and it just wasn't Mobile's weekend.
That pitch is inside. Ball 2. The count even up 2-2 now. So Hansen trying to shut the door down here, 19-2. Get it over with. And head to the showers or to the swimming pool, depending on what hotel
The river.
they're staying at, the river or wherever, get
Sure.
cooled off. Wind up, have the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Foul tip off the catcher again.
It does make you wonder, kind of pose some questions about, like you said, how good is Bellevue? How good is Biola? Seeing 2 different sides of Biola here. We'll have to wait and see what
Most
Bellevue does
definitely.
against Dallas Baptist.
The errors they made yesterday and only 3 runs across. And today they only made 1 error. And they have put a pounding on University of Mobile. That pitch upstairs, now it's full count, 3-2. Again, a runner at second base. Led off with a shot to right field, and that should have been a routine fly ball if they'd have been playing him in normal position.
Yeah,
They're playing way in, probably 20 feet closer than normal in right field, and that ball got over the right fielder's head. And there's strike 3 to Mark Eubanks, so 2 down now in the bottom of the 7th, and 1 out away for the Biola Eagles from advancing on and sending the Rams of Mobile, who came up here and had the unfortunate circumstance of facing the two-time defending NAIA champions and the host of this tournament, the Lewis Clark State College Warriors, who did not play their best game last night, but still pulled away with a 10-4 victory. It'll be interesting to see what happens with LC tonight, the night game, when they take on what is touted as a pretty darn good Indiana Tech team. First pitch down the middle, strike one to Sam Driver.
The next two games will be live here on the PEG channel, channel 13 on your cable station.
And the rest of the games, in fact, except the championship game, will be right here. That first pitch inside, strike two. So one strike away.
We've got an off day tomorrow. What do you think you're going to do?
I don't know. Probably just like the off day I've had here.
Bob the cameraman
sure
even laughed at that one.
I'm sure some honey-do stuff is at home since I haven't been home for a few days. Are you married? That's Ballwood. Are you married?
Who's asking?
Well, you don't know.
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, you know that honey-do stuff then.
I sent her out of town today, so.
Well, that's good.
I'm all good.
Bringing the in-laws back, huh? 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th.
Don't ruin my weekend.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's the ball game. Hansen gets a couple of Ks to get out of there. But a tremendous, tremendous performance by the Eagles of Biola. And as we get watered down out there, I'm sure a lot of people like to run under those sprinklers. But every facet of the game Biola did today was powerful. Ben Orr pitched a great game, giving up just a couple of runs off of 3 hits, a walk or 2, a few strikeouts, a hit batter.
He was also 3 for 4 at the plate.
And did a good
3
job.
RBIs, so he...
So a lot of runs scored, 19-2 the final. University of Mobile, you have to feel for it, made a lot of trip up here, but 2 quick games and they're going home. But anyway, Sean Emery and Dan Ahorn, we've done another great game here. Not a close one like the last one ended up, but we've got another one on the horizon just around the corner in about an hour, and that will feature Dallas Baptist and Bellevue out of Nebraska in the first game of the winner's bracket, and this evening it will be LC and Indiana Tech. So for Dan Ahorn, we'll leave with a score 19-2 the final. You've been listening